Welcome to Movies and Nostalgia Live Talk. It's my own fucking show, and I can't remember it right now. That's probably just because I walked the fucking mile to the goddamn post office, my box here, and guess what? I'm expecting the package, and it's not fucking there. And you know who it's from? It's from Cobra Viper. And I'm sorry it didn't show up, but the post office that Ben, Cobra Viper, and this motherfucker over here, M3, loves so much, ain't nothing but fucking trash over here, bro. Ain't nothing but trash. The only place that gives me love, everybody I send shit to says it shows up perfect is FedEx. I stopped using USPS because they tried to charge me like in 2018, 2019, $55 for a masterpiece figure. 10-inch box was probably like that. And I was like, I got to find a different service. But
the fuck?
That has nothing to do with Harley Quinn, but what does have to do with Harley Quinn is M3, Ben Kenobi, Cobra Viper. We're all going to talk about it, and we're only going to hey, Cobra Viper. We're only going to talk about episodes 1 through 6, season 2, bro. We're keeping it tight right there, bro.
You're gonna have to ask me questions so I don't go off topic a little too far into season 2. It's fresh in my mind after today, you know.
Hell yeah.
Spoil like Marcos don't watch anything past what we do, and some people are watching it that way too. But shout out to Frank Sire, McDJ, CDC. Go ahead, Marcos.
Oh, hello, Frank. What's up, bro? How's things over there on the Indian side of the world, bro? I hope everything's good, man. And MC DJ, you always pop in. I think you're probably out right now, but what's up, MC DJ? How you doing, man? I just want everybody to know that I'm a note taker, and I've talked about it before, but I take some notes, and I got all the names of all the titles for 1 through 6 on this, and then I came up with as I was watching, I was writing down all the new individuals that came out, the new characters that came out. So, but what I didn't do was take pictures of them and put them into my album, and so I could bring them up. But I just have been really busy and didn't really think about to do that. But anyway, I love this Harley Quinn series so far. I don't have any problems with it at all. It's cool.
Yeah. The one thing, and that's what I'm talking about. If we've watched any shows, we know a lot of times a show may start somewhere and end somewhere different, or it starts somewhere, right? Whether you like it or don't, it sucks or it's good. In May, there's hardly any show that we've probably watched that sucked that we kept watching. So it's usually the other way around. It may start good, stay good, or start good and turn to shit, you know? So, like when me and Ben and Ramrod and Tusk did the Obi-Wan show, you kind of watch and you kind of evolve with it. So what's happening tonight, Ben?
Oh, not much, man. I just actually finished running through these first 6 episodes again just to get a recap. And you're absolutely right. I don't think there's any show that I've watched that has sucked and I've continued watching it. But I think it's pretty consistent. Like everything, it's a good show to watch like one episode at a time, like one-off episodes, or you can watch them in order because there is a whole story. Either way, it's fun.
Right. What is up to God's will? I'm not going to try to say that last word because I'm just gonna fuck it up. So, shout out, I've never seen you before, but welcome in.
Hey, man, can I interrupt real quick? Frank Sire says he's from Colorado. Is that right? I thought Frank Sire was on the eastern side of the world. Frank, I'm sorry. Forgive me, bro. I swear I thought I heard you say one night we were talking or see you in chat about you in fucking India, bro. Sorry, Frank.
I tried to get a couple videos uploaded into the show. That's kind of why I pushed the time frame off. Just so everybody knows that I think it's important. The store that I have with Tuscan TV down the city is having its first ever toy show tomorrow. Bam Boom Toys and Collectibles. And guess what? Mr. Ben Kenobi will be a part of that as well tomorrow.
I got a lot of shit to get rid of.
Yeah.
The reason I'm kind of late is because guess what we were doing? We were cleaning the garage, vacuuming floors, cleaning fucking tables. So all your tables are already set up with your name on it, bro.
Good. Because if they weren't, I was going to throw a fit the second I get in there tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., dude. I was prepared.
Oh, man. Well, shout out to Tusk, man. He made a kick-ass, little small video with it. It was great. Good. I try to get uploaded. Maybe I'll get it uploaded. Maybe it'll happen and go into the cloud. before much too longer, but we're about done running my giblet, and we're going to start with this show. So, Cobra Viper. Sorry about that. What's been going on with you, man?
Oh, not much. Daddy daycare every day.
Where's your baby right now, man?
With my wife. I might have to go grab her because my wife has to go get our daughter from the skate rink. She's skating while I'm here.
Oh yeah.
So you told me earlier you may have to bounce out. If you have to bounce out, no worries.
No, my wife's gonna go. So if she would have went to the circus with the baby, I would have to go get my daughter. But since my wife is home, I'll just keep the baby here while she runs and gets her, and then she'll take back over. So I can set the baby up in the playpen, watching some Mickey Mouse, and check on her from time to time. Should be fine.
Hell yeah.
I just cooked her. Everything's good.
What's up, Skydro? Skydro's in the house, man.
What's up, fellas?
Skydro, you can come check it out tomorrow. 405 North Meridian, man. We're going to be selling toys, bro.
Yeah, Sky, he's on vacay. He should go out there and go live.
That's right. I'm going to be I did a toy show in Chickasha last Saturday, and I filmed some of it, and I got a cameo by somebody who's pretty popular on YouTube in the Transformer world. So instead of making that one, I said I'm going to wait and film what we're doing, and I'm going to make one whole video, 2 different toy shows, 1 video coming to this motherfucking channel right here.
Right now.
If you want to buy, just let me know.
Skydro will go to your show if you're selling photography equipment. He's got all his fucking toys. Oh, Skydro.
Nah,
I don't know, maybe.
Let me
he's
make
new props.
Let me make a banner real quick here. Just a second.
Shout out Banner. What up, Bruce? What happened to your basketball show that you guys were doing? Fucking.
We still doing it. I got to make one. It's supposed to be one Sunday. We're going to do the weekend review of what's happened. So me and Banner ain't going from fucking nowhere, bro.
Did you like the basketball toy guys that are coming out by Hasbro?
I never bought basketball toys, dude.
Okay.
No.
Diapers they had on?
Yeah. No. I'm not into basketball at all, so I wouldn't get them, but
They look like they had diapers on.
oh, okay. I didn't even search them or fuck. I just know everybody's talking about it right now. Some people are really happy with them.
Go look at them.
No, I don't need to.
Yeah, they look a little weird. And those aren't even like the actual toys they showed pictures of. It's just digital pictures so far. So I don't know what the toy's going to look like.
I'll do lingerie football league if they do that, but
I feel like if you're going to do a molded basketball outfit, you got to go with soft goods.
Yeah.
Just, it doesn't look right.
mm-hmm.
That's what Mafex did. Mafex made those 6-inch basketball figures like the Michael Jordan, and I think they have Kobe Bryant out, and soft good shorts and jerseys. Yeah.
All right.
Bugs, but
So we have 8 minutes and 35 seconds of me, Ben Kenobi, M3, and Cobra Viper running our giblets. So it's time now to go ahead and start talking about this Harley Quinn Season 2, Part 1. We're only reviewing episodes 1 through 6, so please, no spoilers, because some of us haven't watched anything past. So we're going to go ahead and fire this off. I'm going to kind of break up the episodes. The first episode is this is Season 2. This episode premiered April 3rd, 2020. So a couple years ago. Almost 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 or so. Episode 1, New Gotham. So we opened this episode up with a fuck yeah from Harley Quinn, which I really like how that introduction is done, as Gotham is in chaos weeks after the Joker's defeat and Batman's disappearance. The president declared Gotham a no man's land and exile from the U.S. Go ahead.
No, forgive me. I'm reading my notes, and there's a part that I thought that was funny, so I put a little smiley.
Go ahead. You can go ahead and you want to relate that now to that part?
You know when they're at the Penguins party, and they gotta like sneak in and shit. So they put Dr. Psycho on top of King Shark, and he's like, King Shark's like got this big old fucking drape on, like a overcoat, and you just see fucking Dr. Psycho's head come out, and it reminds me of fucking Austin Powers when he's all
Yeah.
he's on top of fucking Mini Me. I was dying, dude. I thought that was fucking pretty cool. They did that. That was funny. That made me laugh, dude. That made me laugh.
I'm glad we could segue that right into there. So I'm actually going to finish the summary, and then we can just fucking go on with it from there.
Oh yeah.
The GCPD's surviving police officers have been outnumbered and not motivated to defend Gotham from the lawless factions of the Penguin, the Riddler, Bane, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze, who have formed their own identity known as the Injustice League, following the Legion of Doom's demise. Harley disapproves of their control and seeks to control all of Gotham for her and her crew as she attempts to rebel against the Injustice League's plan for splitting up Gotham. So she is frozen by Mr. Freeze and captured. Months later, Ivy and the crew free Harley Quinn after killing the Penguin. Harley seeks revenge on the Injustice League for freezing her. The end of the episode, Bruce Wayne is found amongst rubble by paramedics. So that sets the stage for Batman to enter the story again. Harley Quinn rebelling against the Injustice League. So, Ben, anything you have to add about that episode, or what you want to talk about there?
I'd like to add, I know freaking Bull hates Robin, but I love when Robin comes in the episode. They didn't mention that in the synopsis? Come on.
I hate that's because you did. I love that part too. I'm like, Robin is a little dickhead, bro. That's
so
funny.
Hilarious. And he's wearing Batman's cape and cowl, and it's just gigantic on him.
And he's like, go ahead and give me that info. He's like, why would I give you that contact info when it'll give me up too?
Yeah. No, I love that. It's a good. They have their tidbits. Most of it's Harley, but the parts with Jim Gordon are pretty good too, where it shows like Jim Gordon's life has basically got even worse now that like all the villains have taken over, as if his life couldn't get any worse than it was before. But now his wife is she said she wants to divorce him. GCPD is completely under control. It's nuts. It's a good episode.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go Viper and finish up with them three.
Yeah, the parts where Commissioner Gordon is like depressed over Batman and he tries to press Robin to get the contact info from Batman. And he's like, we can't do that. Like, that was funny because obviously Commissioner Gordon's like a stage 5 clinger, kind of obsessed with Batman, and Robin knows that. Everyone knows that. It's like the elephant in the room. And I laughed especially hard when Harley Quinn was frozen and she's got that like shit-eating stare going around and they're using her body to smash and kill everybody. Like when they flatten those guys against the pancake with the slab and then they like scurried to move it again and smash more people, I was laughing the whole time through that. So there were some really good parts of that. Like, it kept me entertained so far.
Yeah. Go ahead, M3.
Hey, so is this the one episode where it kind of does a little prelude over to Commissioner Gordon, and he's sitting on his bedside and his wife is rolled over with her back towards him and she's like under the covers and she's like, we're getting a divorce.
Yes.
I was like, this poor motherfucking guy, man. He's just like sad to life, bro. But and then another thing that I had was when fucking Harley Quinn killed fucking Penguin before she killed him, she fucking bit his nose off, dude. And he was running around with a quarter shank of nose, bro. And I was like, huh. But he was still rip-roaring, ready to fucking fight and shit. And then they did the it's fucking funny to me. I don't know why, but everybody got their own little segment of Gotham. And Bane had Banesville, right? He's like, it's Banesville. Right?
Like Plankton, but Bainton.
Bainton, yes. Like Plankton, yeah.
But Bainton.
Mr. Freeze had a fucking snow globe. Dude, I was like, that's fucking classic. I fucking put that on. But as far as the first one with New Gotham, Harley Quinn starts out the whole fucking episode. She got a double deuces and she's like, fuck yeah. And then it goes to the fucking the music and shit. That's pretty much what I have for that too. But it was Mr. Freeze's intro. And Mr. Freeze is a bad guy, but he's a good guy because he's trying to save his wife. But he's a bad guy because he needs the fun, like they brought up, like how are you getting your money through fucking organized crime and shit.
Organized crime, yeah.
And he froze Harley Quinn, and yeah, that block scene where they were fucking trying to free her and sliding her all. Everybody was dying, dude. Nobody had a chance. They were just getting flattened like a motherfucker.
Like a pancake, bro.
Yeah, and I really like that the episodes are 22 minutes long. They go by really quick, but they have a lot of information and a lot of good fucking shit going through. And then all of a sudden, it's the next one. It's not like some hour-long fucking episode where they kind of like, you don't need to fill in with a bunch, like I'm doing right now, filling in with a bunch of dumb shit. It's just quick, boom, 22 minutes. I like that. That's
our specialty. We fill in with dumb shit, bro. If you don't want filled in with dumb shit, don't stop by this channel, bro.
Hey, Shady Bird. What's up, Shady Bird? You're all about that dumb shit, huh? Shady wants to fight pack.
Shady Bird, step off, bro. You don't know what's happening. Hey, you know what I always say? Fuck Shady Bird.
That's funny.
Yeah. So so we haven't Cobra Viper. This is the first time he's been on this panel, and shout out to Bullwinkle 80. Bullwinkle's the other guy who does this with us, and he's has some stuff going on. So, like a champ, guess who? Guess who I call? Mr. Cobra Viper. So when I called him, he never watched it, so he started watching it.
I did my homework.
Go ahead.
I did my homework.
Yes. He's probably like, dude, I got to do homework to be on your fucking show. Come on, man. So it's funny, though, without giving anything away, I've talked to Cobra Viper about his journey through this series. So I kind of know in advance a little bit about what he feels toward the rest of it, which we won't get into. But with that being said, he didn't really comment on season 1, and we won't go too long. So when you watch season 1, good, bad, different, what did you think?
Season 1 pulled me in. I was interested. The character building was cool. I really liked Dr. Psycho. Clayface was a favorite. Bane I found comically funny because he's just so like depressing and sad. And everything as a whole was like intriguing. Where was it going? Harley and Joker are breaking up. She's trying to make a name for herself. It had a couple like woke moments that they poked fun at, and then there was a few conservative moments they poked fun at. So I felt like the show was fair going into it, never knowing, watching, and not being a fan of none of this shit. It was all right enough to make it through. Like I didn't feel bad about continue watching it, and I enjoyed getting to the next episode to see what was happening. You know what I mean?
Can I interrupt real quick? If you were to see, because as we all know, and anybody in chat that knows Cobra Viper, he's a G.I. Joe head, like to the core. Would you be able to pick a certain amount of characters with G.I. Joe and have the same exact writer that did Harley Quinn, the same type of anime, the same type of funny, the same type of bloodbath shit, machine guns, people getting chopped, people getting fucking killed? Would a G.I. Joe work in that homage, as you say?
Good. That's a great question, and we're going to go around the panel real quick before we start episode 2. I like that. What's up, Big Stan? We got to say shout out to Big Stan, bro. What up?
Hi, Big Stan.
Go ahead, Cobra.
I feel like it was kind of like if you wanted that scenario to happen, Renegades is kind of like that. It's more bloody, it's gritty. It's a little bit anime style in the animations, but I feel like if you had a really good set of writers, and I think if they read all the comics and broke down all like the media, so you can have like a vast idea of who made it, who died, like what's going on, and kind of write a story around that, I think you could have a success because they're relevant characters. There's tons of diversity. And it's entertaining, but as far as like Harley Quinn goes, I feel like the gore level is way too high for like a G.I. Joe type show. Because I mean, Penguin's running around with his nose ripped off. You can't get more clear than that, bro.
Yeah, I feel a little bit of the Dreadnoks would be pretty good in this fucking. Is that what you meant by Renegades? Is that?
No, Renegades is like it's like the story. It's a movie, and it's filmed differently, or it's drawn differently. It's more like anime style.
Yeah.
characters, kind of like how this is like comic book mixed with a little, just I don't know if it's like anime, but more like not as much illustration in the cartoons because it doesn't need it. Like I feel like this cartoon for Harley Quinn in itself is right around a recipe of cartoonish with not too much detail, with a lot of gore, a lot of laughs, and a lot of like taking stabs at stupid shit in our culture. So I kind of, that's why I appreciated the show. And I don't think G.I. Joe compared to this would work to a certain extent. But if you wanted to see something like that, I'd look at Renegades first, and that might help your decision, M3.
Go ahead, Ben.
I kind of agree. Yeah, Renegades, it's kind of like that animation, like the new Thundercats show that they did back in like 2012 or 2013. It's more of an adult approach to G.I. Joe, more like a realistic, like, I don't know, like Black Hawk Down, but with G.I. Joe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'd work out too well. A part of what makes this show like funny, and I think the characters being relatable, is because like Batman relates his villains to like real life, like mafia type, bosses and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff is relatable because it's based in reality. Besides like Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy.
I think Big Stan's about ready to tap out, man. It's been a while since we had Big Stan in the chat. He is a busy man, bro. Busy man. And hopefully we can get him on the show again. Hopefully, Big Stan, we can fire up the Wrestle Chat Wednesday over on your channel again, bro. Waiting eagerly for that. So I will chime in on that before we go in with episode 2. I'm going to say, seeing how everything is a little too childish for me. All these cartoons they doing, there's nothing really edgy about them. That doesn't work for me as I'm older at all. Nothing works for me. So, do I want to see G.I. Joe, basically a war franchise, done in something like this? Yes. And I said something like this. Violence. Check. Blood. Check. Talking like people do in real life. Check. Yes, I want all that. I'm tired of the bullshit fucking. Okay, so every freaking corporation knows they got to cater to different demographics, different age levels, right? So we're the diehard ones that started. They cater to. They fucking fed this shit to us. They fed it down our throats. We loved it, right? So now give us something else we love. So that's my opinion on it.
No, yeah, I see what you mean. I think maybe a more violent G.I. Joe show would work. Maybe not with jokes, but like more of a darker show. I mean, because like the movies, like Retaliation isn't anything like Rise of Cobra. It's like a lot darker. So like something like that where they just take it seriously.
They're trying to sell toys over everything else, and that's why they won't do that. Because
I would agree with you, Cobra Viper, on that, but they fucking ripped G.I. Joe from us for 7 years. So they weren't trying to fucking do nothing with that fucking brand for 7 fucking years.
So I think they underestimated it because
they did. And they're I think they're underestimating still. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
No,
my bad.
Sure. We're on the same page. They've underestimated it, but at the same time, like, they're going to kill it if they continue with what we're doing. And so, like, okay, so on this Harley Quinn movie, I think it would be more sufficient if they brought us more Batman into it a little bit more. Like, because we grew up with the animated series Batman, and that's where she was introduced to us. So you kind of have to, like, cater to those children, right? So if you brought a little bit more Batman in the mix, I think you could pull it around, right? Get into season 3 or whatever. G.I. Joe would be the same way. You got to go back to the roots of where it started, because those are your main character base. If you want to make a toy line, you have to make something totally new and different and let the customers know that it's not supposed to be associated with the American Hero line. Because at this point in time, I think they're doing good with the Harley Quinn show for the Batman people. But as far as the G.I. Joe show goes, they shit the bed on the Snake Eyes movie so bad, I have no hope in it.
Hey, I'm gonna put it up right here. I'm sorry I have to do it, but the Snake Eyes movie, you know what rating it gets? Fuck you. Fuck you.
It's,
That
it's a bad movie on top of being a bad
bad.
Snake Eyes movie.
Man.
Like, dude, in the theater when I was watching it, literally the kid next to me asked his dad 45 minutes into the movie which one is Snake Eyes.
That dude, man, I need to get all four of us and maybe another person or whatever on a G.I. Joe panel again, because there's obviously lots of G.I. Joe stuff. And for people that are here for Harley Quinn, the reason we're talking about this is because are there other franchises that can execute this, maybe some modifications to cater to older fans of the franchises? That's why we're talking about this. So I think we should talk sometime about this shit. You know what I'm saying, guys? Really
Have
dig
a
into
G.I.
it a
Joe
little bit.
discussion where we just get really angry at what has been done to G.I. Joe in the past like 15 years.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't want to get into much more and sidetrack us too much, because you got some fire bangers on this panel when it comes to GI Joe. So, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving. If somebody wants to say something regarding anything before I go on, go ahead, man.
Do you guys feel like this show is catering to the Batman fanatics and to the adult Batman fanatics?
Do we think it's catering to the Batman fans?
Yeah, like supplying enough content to be relevant and interesting for them.
No. First of all, what's up, Ralph Bednarski? How you doing, bro? Good to talk to you, man. Glad you're here. But as far as I thought about that, Viper, because my first mind goes to you need a little bit more of Batman in there. I think they put enough in there, and the reason why I stopped myself from thinking that was because it's a Harley. It's all about her. So she's got the name on her on the. It's all about her. So I was tripping on that too. I swear I was thinking, man, they don't put Batman in here enough. I'd like to see a little bit more of his story. They put him in a little bit here, put him in a little bit there, but then I was like, okay, but it's not called Gotham City. It's not called something else. It's literally called, Harley Quinn, HBO Max, fucking. So I retracted back, and then it made me glad that they gave so much attention to Harley Quinn. Period. Like they're killing off. They're killing off motherfuckers. Penguin's dying. Everybody else who's died so far is like, I'm like, they can't do it. How do you do a toy line and a movie line when you start killing motherfuckers off right away? You're like, oh shit, like Penguin should have lasted the whole fucking thing. But
I don't know. He's been around for a long time. He's probably low in the totem pole of the coolness wise. He's just a little fat dude in a fucking pin suit.
What's up, DFS? What's up, DFS?
Hey, DFS. He had a family, Cobra Viper.
After M3 addresses the question, we'll go down to Ben.
He needs to die. Listen, he needs to die so Joshua can rise up in the ranks, my guy.
So what's your official answer on his question, M3? You're good with less Batman because of the way they're structured.
I don't think that Batman was like I said. Like I'm glad they put all the love into Harley for this one. Although I was missing Batman, but then I said, nah, it's not really necessary for the toy line. It's like this little part of the world is Harley Quinn. That's it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ben, and then I'll fire up next.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think. I think with this kind of show, like it is made for Batman people, even though like Batman's not in it very much, just because people care just as much about his villains as they do, like, the Joker is just as popular as Batman at this point, character-wise and like toy-wise and stuff like that. So people care a lot about the side characters. So I think not having Batman in it doesn't hurt it too much. And like you said, I'm kind of glad because it is a Harley Quinn show, and if they put a ton of Batman in it, it kind of takes away from, the whole point of the show.
There's your guy.
Yeah.
There's your guy. Robin is Batman. Okay. So to his question, I think there's just enough Batman in this show. I don't think there should be any more because Batman has lots of media out there, right? I'm loving the fact that I get this version of a Clayface. Clayface has never been a fucking favorite. I like that. Hey, shout out to Cobra Viper's baby, bro. What's up?
Hi, baby.
But I love the fact that I'm I'm liking these iterations of Clayface, Psycho, Kite Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
if they just kind of centralize on Batman, I don't think you would get. Sorry, had to burp. These great characters that we're getting. Poison Ivy. I've always enjoyed the women of DC, right? TAS, right? Awesome drawings, great figures. This so far is my favorite Poison Ivy going on right now. Season 1 and halfway through season 2, up until this point. Yeah. So I don't think we need more Batman in this show at all.
Yeah, I wonder if if you're 12 and you only got introduced to this show, you don't know anything else about anything. Kind of like how 12-year-olds were introduced to like Michael Bay with Transformers. They only know Michael Bay Transformers to be their G1. So then they see the G1 shit and they're like, who the fuck is Jazz? Jazz is not a Porsche and shit, right? I wonder if as people grow up, if they just started out with this Harley Quinn, like are they even going to be asking about a Batman? Or you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. Like which would they rather see? Like Batman, yeah, he came in, but I'd rather see fuck Commissioner Gordon because I like that character better.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
What this came through with, you know. But yeah,
right. Yeah. This panel's actually good. I may have to, if we take too long and don't get to the 6th episode, man, we may have to cut this one off because we're still talking at the 31-minute mark, man. There's some good conversations going on. So there's your answers, Cobra Viper, on the Batman thing. Like, I'm a big Batman fan. Like, when I saw that they were doing Gotham years and years and years ago, right?
Me too.
I watched that and I was like, this is garbage trash, bro. I cannot watch this Gotham show. Get this the fuck off my TV now.
They talked about that when those two guys are sitting on their couch arguing about watching Harlequin or not.
I got some notes on that. So we're going to go ahead and start with episode 2, man. Like I said, if we run too long, we may have to cut this off. Whatever the content dictates. If we're in this for 2.5 hours and we ain't got to 6, we may have to go ahead and just chop it off, man. But episode 2, Riddler U, which is the 15th overall episode in the series that debuted on April 10th, 2020. The episode starts out with Harley Quinn going over her kill board, which currently is at 2 kills. Those kills being the Joker and the Penguin. And thank you for killing the Penguin because I've never fucking liked the Penguin. During such time, the Riddler, and I don't fucking like the Riddler either, is the only one that has water and power. So the crew devised a plan to infiltrate Riddle University, which is the Riddle's new stronghold. The crew infiltrates Riddle U, and they get made by a tour guide named Barbara Gordon, the daughter of Jim Gordon. While all this is going on, Clayface is masquerading as a college chick. This is fucking hilarious, dude. Clayface's inside connections at the college afford the crew invitation to a college party that night, where they find out that the kidnapped college kids have disappeared where they've disappeared to. The Riddler is using them as human batteries to power a water and electric system. During the crew's infiltration, they're captured by the Riddler and used as human batteries like the other capturees. Harley Quinn and Ivy are rescued by Barbara Gordon, who became inspired by her father, Commissioner Gordon, who's eating fucking chips off his fucking hairy chest and wearing fucking pink goddamn towels now. So she comes to their rescue. Instead of killing the Riddler, Harley and Ivy and Clayface use him to power the mall, their stronghold, otherwise known as their headquarters. So let's fire this bitch off first with I think M3 is busy. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, so the episode starts out with a mass power outage, and Harley's using a menorah to, isn't that what you call it? The Jewish candle thing, menorah?
A menorah, I think.
She's using the Jewish candle thing to light everything up. So, I like that we finally get to see Barbara Gordon. Isn't this the episode where we get to see Batgirl finally?
Following.
Oh, is it the following episode?
Nope.
Oh, yeah. So
this is the inception of Batgirl in this show.
Yeah.
But you don't know. You don't know until
I mean, you don't know.
I mean, DC, you know, it's
You
Jim
kind of
Gordon.
know. I
Okay,
mean, he
so
can.
Marco's like not a DC guy. Didn't know a lot. Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we all knew, anyways. Yeah. No, it's a good episode. This is probably one of my least favorite of the seasons, just because I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like, I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of like them going to the college, and like that just seemed like a dumbass plan. I know it's a dumbass show, but like it's just a stupid plan. Like
When you talk about Clayface, it doesn't matter what role he does, dude. He's
Yeah.
fucking stupid, dude. She got pancake titties, bro.
What's crazy is Clayface is the one that actually like sticks to the plan and is believable. It's Harley and Poison Ivy that get found out, even though Clayface is just absurd, dude. And like you have to wonder, like, does Clayface know that he's just acting? Because he seems like this is his actual life. Like you could tell it's a little more than just a role. Like this is his life now.
Full diva.
Yes. Yeah. Clayface has gone off the rails, dude. He's like method acting.
Yes,
I think. Yeah, I think he does a good job because I think any really good actor / actress, they get into their role. They actually think in their mind, I am this person, so they need to execute it. So I got no beef with him being a fucking college chick. I thought it was hilarious.
No, Jesus, no. And it's kind of funny because you see Clayface try to act like other characters. Like in the last season, you see him be Batman and he just completely blows it. But this one, he pulls it off like nobody knows.
Well, he couldn't pull it off because he had to sing. And
yeah, that's right.
The singing. So he's always like, oh.
Also, Riddler University is freaking crazy, man. Like it's basically Harvard, but for the Riddler.
I would have liked to have seen people doing drugs. I mean, it's a little more edgier show, so it's college.
Yeah, right.
There should have been people doing drugs.
No, I'm surprised we didn't see any of that. But no, their plan is just so goofy and dumb. Of course, they're gonna get found out. But I like it besides that.
Dr. Psycho admits he smokes weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured Dr. Psycho would be doing harder things.
Don't forget that menorah came from the slaying of the penguin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. From Joshua's birthday party.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Joshua, you know never to use credit card for a hit.
Hey, Joshua.
Oh my god. I thought it was funny how Cobra Viper enjoyed Joshua because I'm like, I kind of enjoy this stupid pimply faced fucking whiny bitch kid.
The finger.
Watch what he will become.
Say what?
Watch what he's gonna become. His father's slain by Harley Quinn. He's gonna do everything in his power to kill that bitch.
Is that Nightwing? No.
What?
Nightwing?
No, Joshua.
So I'm just saying, if Joshua grew up to be Nightwing, no.
Oh man,
Nightwing is Dick Grayson, the first Robin.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So go ahead, Ben. When you're done, hit it up to M3 and then down to Cobra Viper.
I'm good. You go ahead, M3.
Hey, so I got written down like, okay, first of all, Clayface. Now, if Clayface started out in the first episode that he got introduced as, not the cowboy behind the bar, but he got introduced as the girl, you would always think of him as a girl. But you know him mentally now as a guy. So when he became the girl, I was kind of fighting that a little bit, but I loved it because that girl's fucking hot, dude. I love schoolgirl shit, man. I'm talking short skirts, and she was bubbly and bouncy and kind of ditzy and was just all about Chad on her phone.
Marcos, they kind of just jump into how this happens, but the way he's talking, he's been in the college doing this for like months because everybody in the college knows him. He's got a fucking boyfriend or some shit. I'm like, man, he infiltrated a long time ago.
Yeah, and
hold on. Did you guys miss the part where he says he's going to become Batgirl's best friend, Stephanie? So he took the life of someone else that was already in the college.
Huh.
I did. I missed that part.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you fuckers. I did my homework. So that's why when he gets spotted, when Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy get ousted by Batgirl or Commissioner Gordner's daughter, she recognized her because that's her best friend. That's why she's like, they're with me. And she's like, oh, all right, that's cool. Like, come on then. Yeah, so you missed that.
Oh.
I will become her best friend, Stephanie. And then he poofs into her or whatever.
So did Clayface kill her?
We don't know that. I don't know.
I like to think in my mind that he did. He killed her. Go ahead, M3.
Right?
But anyway, when she showed up as Stephanie, dude, I loved it. I thought that was cool. And then Commissioner Gordon in his daughter's dorm, hella funny, dude, because he's wearing a towel and he's just like, just done with life. But she's still like, hey, Dad, whatever. All right, I'm out. But and then he's got like Batman posters up on the fucking wall already and shit. And then she goes, what did I put? When Ivy fucking Stephanie is just going off and doing something like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And Ivy goes, whack. And hit Clayface's face kind of comes out in Stephanie's face. Teeth and shit. I fucking thought that was hilarious, dude, when he fucking slapped her. Then they went to the frat party. And the frat party they had motherfuckers smoking weed there. They were walking in and shit. I thought that was pretty cool. They walked in there. And then the last one was we haven't touched base on it yet, but I really liked the Bane's goons because they also get the injection fucking pack and they also fucking get big and shit. That's a little bit after what we're talking about here, but that made me fucking. I would like to have Bane's army building if they did a toy line with this. You have Bane and then his fucking 5 or 6 goons behind him, you know, different fucking outfits and shit, but they were all fucking had the lines coming off them, the injection lines and shit. It was pretty cool. But so when I didn't know that the daughter was going to be Batgirl, I thought that she was going to be Catwoman.
I didn't know that either.
But there's already a Catwoman. I get it. The Catwoman already came, or she's gonna come out. Yeah. So when I found that, I got notes on that. I'll tell you when we get to the third episode when it happens. But how I wrote it down here, and then I put a line through it. Shit, but I think Riddler, I thought that was a good one. I really liked it. I thought it was funny, and then I really liked Stephanie for 100%. I hope she carries on through somehow into the followings, but if not, it's just because they're not at the college anymore. But I get it.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead. So before Cobra Viper goes, I'm going to go ahead and explain the panel here. So other DC people may be watching and not know, what do you mean Cobra Viper doesn't understand this or M3 doesn't understand that? These are two guys that are not really DC guys. All right. Ben is a DC guy. I'm a DC guy. So when M3 says, I didn't know that Barbara Gordon was going to be Batgirl, that's why. They're just now being kind of introduced to this. And if a fan base can't understand or be tolerable of new people coming in, then what the fuck good is it, right? So if you're watching this and they're wondering why those two guys don't understand whatever, it's because they've just been introduced to this shit. So, and there's no problem with that. Like, we all may not agree on an episode or a way an episode is going or a series is going, and that's fucking fine. We don't all like the same thing all the time, and that's good. So go ahead, Cobra Viper.
I like the episode because it showed how crafty the Riddler is. He's got these fucking students powering all his stuff. So he's got power and water. And then they whoop his ass and take him and make him power their shit on a hamster wheel. It's classic. Like, I just thought that was classic. Hilarious.
And he likes it in the end. He's like, fuck it, leave me here. I'm good. You don't need to kill me.
Well, we won't talk about what happens in the future, but that's a hilarious part of it, bro.
Oh, did that not happen in Riddler U?
No, but like, we won't talk about how long he stays on the treadmill and what.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It can segue into the next one because Cobra Viper is the last one for episode 2. Yeah, it segues into episode 3. So go ahead, continue to segue for me, Cobra Viper.
I just think like overall the show was still going on course. I was enjoying it. The character development is still great. I love Dr. Psycho. I don't know who any of these damn people were, but just coming in with an open mind, I found it all entertaining. Harley Quinn at times felt like she was just like a pinball bouncing around and reacting to everything that's happening, thinking she has a plan, but she didn't have a plan. But the whole time her team had her back. And I love that aspect. And she's actually strong and powerful because she's taken down these people one by one. Everyone who doubted her, she's beaten ass and taken names. And so as far as like, if you want to say that's like pro woman power, take down the patriarchy, I didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it as she's been shit on. She got turned into this freakazoid with the acid or whatever. Joker fucked her up and she got issues, and she is letting everybody know that she wants to be queen of the ring. But also at the same time, everything she touches is fucking destroyed. So I can kind of relate with a character with her, even though I'm a guy, that it's enjoyable to watch because she would make mistakes that someone like I would make or someone else would make, but try to right it. And then when you write it, you create more of a whirlwind and a mess. But like having Clayface, like I think she has the perfect team though too, because you have Dr. Psycho with the mind capabilities. You got the weird old man who's like a cyborg. You got Clayface who can turn into anything he wants. You got the Shark who's just the brute, will fucking destroy and kill anything. So this ragtag team doesn't work together as like a whole, but works. How'd you get out? The baby interrupt. For somebody who don't know, I'm interested in the show up until this point. If y'all want to segue, I gotta mute this because I gotta move her.
Gotcha.
Keep.
All right, sorry about that. Live TV, now I have to fucking clear my throat. So after this, Ben, you go, and then M3, if that's cool. But so Harley Quinn episode 3 is called Catwoman, which is the 16th overall episode in the series that debuted April 17th, 2020. Hold on. Sorry about that. Sorry, it's live TV and I have to burp sometimes. So let me clear my throat. All right. The episode starts out with Harley, Ivy, and the crew next to Mark, which is, what the fuck did I write there? Next to, I don't know what the fuck I did there, bro. So live TV again. Harley, Ivy, and the crew. Okay. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to infiltrate Mr. Freeze's stronghold. The crew learn of a flamethrower from a couple of Mr. Freeze's goons, couple dumbasses, who actually give away how you can get into the stronghold. What's up, Diamonds? Appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. That brings me to a question in a second. But either way, the dumbasses tell them about Firefly's flamethrower, which is being kept in Dr. Trapp's museum. Anybody who's watched DC for a while knows who Flamethrower or Firefly is. Firefly was actually pretty fucking dope in, I think, The Brave and the Bold. I might be wrong on that series, but I thought he was pretty cool. And basically, they tell them about that, how to get in. The crew decide that they are going to need help to obtain the flamethrower from Dr. Trap. So they obtain the services of Catwoman. And Catwoman and Ivy have a very extensive past relationship. They also seek the help of Kite Man as well. And I like Kite Man. Kite Man's pretty fucking cool. He's stupid. He's so stupid like Clayface, but I like it. Kite Man steals a ring from the museum during the heist and proposes to Ivy. Catwoman also double crosses them and escapes, leaving the crew to die. But they manage to escape using a flamethrower and bust Dr. Trap up pretty good. Afterwards, the crew help find the Riddler because he manipulated Dr. Psycho and escaped from the hamster wheel. But come to find out, Riddler decides to return and continue powering the mall for them. Harley discusses with Ivy that she does not have to feel ashamed about letting her past go because when Catwoman was introduced, all these weird feelings came up with her and Catwoman. Like she somehow idolizes Catwoman and shit. So it kind of made her fucking, ooh, what am I doing? Like I was like, come on, Ivy, strengthen up a little bit. But it kind of made her on the fence a little bit. So Ivy decides to leave and find Kite Man and insists he proposed to her again because he did propose to her during the museum heist. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, so for this episode, isn't this the first time we're seeing Catwoman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be yes.
Okay, yeah, this is the first time we see Catwoman, and I think I like that it plays a lot to like Catwoman's strength as like an actual character, because Catwoman has always been like a loner. And we see this like, yeah, Harley idolizes Catwoman probably because she's like the first villain, and you know, she's strong and independent. And also, I don't know if she should be taking advice from Catwoman all the time, but Catwoman is like a sobering voice of reason, just because like she doesn't sugarcoat anything for Harley, for her to understand. She's straight and right to the point. And yeah, I do like the episode though. Like, it's kind of them going through and like trying to break into this museum and steal this stuff. I'm not familiar with the villain though. I don't know if you guys were.
I've never heard of Dr. Trap before, but I've heard of Firefly, but not Dr. Trap, who looks like Trapjaw from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, I wasn't actually familiar with this guy at all. But like they go into the museum and they see a lot of the stuff that you'd see in like Batman's cave, like the gigantic coin and that gigantic T-Rex. So it's filled with a lot of Easter eggs. You know, they kind of go through and you see like all the villains' costumes and stuff like that. But yeah, I was probably like you guys watching this episode because like I didn't know who this guy was. And at the end of the episode, I thought it was going to be like, you know, Catwoman double crossing them or something like that. And then they whipped out this villain and I was like,
oh, I did forget to mention, Ben, about the ice vagina. So there's that.
Oh, yeah,
the ice vagina from the last episode. Wait,
that's 4. That's episode 4.
Fuck. Okay.
All right.
God damn it. Okay, go ahead, Ben. Sorry about that. Fuck.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, it's
live TV. Chalk it up.
A lot of character development for like, you know, Poison Ivy and Kite Man. We get to see kind of like where their relationship's at right now, and I think this is the first instance like where we see Riddler on the treadmill, which tends to be a long running kind of thing. You'll see in the rest of the show, and as we like go on and stuff like that, dude. If you think that's temporary, it's not. He's
cool.
I think that's pretty cool. Like it's a lot of good character development and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, before M3 goes, I got to give a huge shout out to Cobra Viper, because Cobra Viper did a pretty good assessment of the character that Harley Quinn is right now, dude. I could have tried to fucking done the same thing he did, and I feel like I would have fucked it up through Ways of Sunday, dude. He fucking nailed that a little bit ago on the Harley Quinn, fucking kind of summarizing where she's at, what she's doing, what her character's involved in. Fucking shout out, bro. Hey, you know, the dude, sometimes people think that this guy is all negative, but he's not all fucking negative. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Go ahead. Whenever you're done, Ben, we'll move to M3 on episode.
Oh, yeah, you go ahead, M3.
Okay, first off, yeah, shout out Cobra Viper, but he is negative. He's all negative. He'll talk shit like a motherfucker. Hey, but so we're in episode 3 right here, and I literally put Catwoman. Did anyone know? I saw agile, cute, green eyes, and still didn't know. It's Batgirl, not Catwoman. And then so I got that confusion because I thought Commissioner Gordon's daughter was going to be Catwoman, right? So my brain was fucked up anyway. Anyway, I think Mr. Trap would be a really good 6-inch action figure. I think the way his suit up was, the way his face looked, and the way he's red, he's got red fucking coming down. He looked pretty badass to me. I think he looked like he would be a cool action figure. The real Catwoman is fucking hot, dude. I like the fact that they dress her the way they dress her. She doesn't even know she's walking around. She's just stealing people's earrings off fucking purses and shit.
She's a kleptomaniac.
She's a kleptomaniac, 100. But she's a cat burglar too. So that's Catwoman-esque, right? That whole fucking lineup was pretty cool. And the funniest thing that I thought about that or saw in that fucking show was Frank has butt cheeks.
Frank.
Yeah. Side of Frank, he's got butt cheeks.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you just do that?
What What is that, dude? They're
Dude.
little fucking circles, bro. I was like, this is ridiculous on a fucking planet. And then I look at who's voicing him, the voice actor for him. I could just see his face now all the time for that fucking Frank, dude. Frank's fucking cool as fuck, hella funny. And Cobra Viper, just thinking about the Harley Quinn now. I like this show a lot because Kaylee Cuoco. I only see Kaylee Cuoco's actions the way the animator did Harley Quinn. So that's what really tied me into the show. And I was like, okay, I can watch this because I like Kaylee Cuoco so much. You know what I mean?
Cobra Viper wanted to chime in on something that you were talking about just a second ago.
Go ahead.
Oh, Frank's a hell of a character that we all haven't even spoken of yet.
Well, we spoke a lot about him in season 1, but when Marcos is done, feel free to fucking, when you talk about this episode, talk about Frank as well. We love Frank here, bro.
Yeah, that was for me. That was my last note on that episode 3.
Did you like this one? Did you feel like it was still heading in the direction that you thought, I want to click to the next one?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'll go. I'm gonna. So far, yeah, I watched all of them, and I wouldn't even be if as soon as I go like this and toss these papers, I'm like, fuck this fucking show. That's when you'll know I don't like it anymore.
And if we have to think about this, guys, dude, I can't create something that a motherfucker wants to click on all the time. Do you know how fucking difficult it may be for a motherfucker to keep you interested in a whole series? That's not an easy thing. What's up, Prophet? I see you down there in the chat. That's not an easy thing, man. So go ahead.
It's still working. Like it's still, entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But that's difficult for a person to do. So sometimes I think when we hit somebody up and say, what the fuck? This show sucks now. It's this or that. There's some shows that kind of have a lull and then they pick back up and they're good again. It's hard to fucking hit it out of the ballpark with everything you fucking do. So I give a little bit of leniency towards that. So M3 is done, Cobra Viper. Go ahead with episode 3. And you want to talk about Frank, I do believe.
Yeah, so like when we see Frank's ass cheeks, he's already kind of a favorite. You can tell he's a brother. He's got soul. He's always snapping with the wit. He's coming with some catchy things to say. And he's cool because, he's got Ivy's back and he's also like Ivy's friend. As far as like what type of savage is Riddler, he shows back up to power this fucking machine on his own. The trap guy is interesting because it's almost like a Mission Impossible vibe. Maybe like hint to Indiana Jones kind of, they got to infiltrate. There's all kinds of shit that they think they're going to, they think they got the trap beat and then they get fucking busted through the floor or whatever. And next thing you know, they're in another trap. And the whole episode is like, you're kind of on the edge of your seat because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. And then when you think like they finally got through the trap, there was another trap for them again. And so that was pretty cool that like the Riddler got him overall and was there helping them. And it didn't make sense why the Riddler would be there helping them. And I know it's like a running joke, but like, I think he's such a savage for that. Cause he's like, I got time to kill, I'll come run on your shit. But as far as like the episode as a whole, it was cool because it kind of made fun of Mission Impossible, the stereotypes, getting in there covertly, because with Harley Quinn, it's not going to be covertly. It might start off covert, but then the shit's going to hit the fan like it always does. So I did enjoy that aspect. And as far as like Frank and Ivy goes, I don't want to say too much because I watched to the end. And there's a lot of character dynamic going on there, but it reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors. So it's cool on that aspect too, because if you're like an older head and you like Batman from the 60s and you watch this, it kind of like might reminisce of another show that you used to watch. So it definitely gave me different movies. Like they're pulling ideas, kind of like how a good comedy makes fun of shit. Like look at Scary Movie, look at all those other type of genres where they make a movie about a whole segment, but it's clowning on it. And I felt like this episode kind of pinballed off that through the museum and everything. And then with like Riddler showing back up and the plant being there and his butt cheeks showing, it was just like it's kind of like a roller coaster of comedy, this whole one, I felt like.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Just a second. Yeah, tonight it's hard to run the episode like I usually do. Sometimes the band wants better, sometimes it's not. But before we go on to episode 4, can we fucking talk about something here? This fucking panel's fucking killing it. Like, we're fucking finding ass cheeks. Fucking Cobra Viper's finding fucking parts that we missed. Fucking Ben's talking about fucking DC hardcore history shit. M3's fucking on his fucking shit with his topics, dude. Like, this fucking panel's fucking clicking on all fucking cylinders right now. But before we go on to episode 4, check this out, guys. Everybody, chat. So we're going to send it off to the people on the panel first. Do you identify as a goon or a hench? Marcos, do you identify? Which one?
Super villain. I don't goon and I don't hench. I'm super villain all the way.
Cobra Viper.
I guess I'll go with Goon.
Ben.
Yeah, I'm goon. I'm not uppity like the hench, dude. The hench, dude. That guy's so pretentious.
Dude, I
Also,
feel like
I'd like to add something. I'm rewatching the episode right now. I have it playing. Inside the museum, did you guys catch they have Scarecrow's mask, even though he ate it last season?
Yeah.
no, and he was actually decent, but I like that he fucking died. Not that I didn't like Scarecrow, but I thought that was a good Scarecrow. No, go ahead.
So, dude, in that museum, it must be like literally every villain that has died, their stuff is in there. Because I also saw Deathstroke's sword, and we haven't seen Deathstroke at all this entire season.
Deathstroke is like my favorite fucking villain, bro. Let's fucking talk about that, bro. So does that mean Firefly is dead in this universe?
I don't know. Penguin's umbrella was in there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Fucking good fucking catch. That's what I'm fucking talking about tonight. Fucking Ben caught that shit. I didn't fucking catch it. So this is a fucking museum that Trap runs that's fucking dead motherfucking villain shit. So far, we understand.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in there that's alive that you saw through the footage by any chance?
No, not when I was watching. Everything that, of course, there's a bunch of random stuff in the background that I'm pretty sure is just supposed to be random stuff. But everybody that they've like particularly mentioned their stuff or shown on purpose, like, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're all dead.
Like, yeah. Okay. So,
hey, what do you pack, goon or hench?
Goon or hench? I'm going to go ahead and say I identify as nobody. I identify as Pack, the breaker of balls.
The breaker of balls.
Cobra Viper talks mad shit, but I break balls, sons. It's basically the same shit. So
that's his superpower. Watch out, because if you're fucking trying to fucking even attest to Pack, the breaker of balls, your balls are gone. What the fuck are you gonna do now? Everybody's just gonna go home with no balls and to their wife and be like, I lost. Pack, the breaker of balls, came around and we all lost our fucking balls. Now I'm a bitch. Now I'm a fucking bitch. I can't do anything. I better wear some fucking ball protecting motherfucker. I better know he's coming around. Holy shit.
I think the only person that can stop Pack, the breaker of balls, is Scarlet Witch in that last fucking movie. She fucking took out the dude that smashes atoms. Ben, what's his fucking name, bro?
Oh, he got a pitchfork on his head.
Oh, Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Man, that movie was dumb. I hated that movie.
Dumb,
That movie
bro.
was dumb.
Dude, that's why I'm in. Go ahead, Marcos.
You know the universe, so you have your own concept of why it's dumb. But I literally got into it and I love it. And I watched that movie 10 times. I watched it in movie theater 3 times, bro. I went back 3 times. First time in 3D, second time in 2D, and the third time in 2D as well. And then I bought I love it. I love it. I thought it was cool. But I get it.
I love the Scarlet. Go ahead, Ben. I love the Scarlet Witch, but man, I just couldn't get behind that one, man.
So with the movies, like whenever they make those live action movies, I'm not one of those people that's like, in the comics, it's like this. So I know the movies have their own rules and everything like that. But like, whenever the movie started playing, And so Doctor Strange sends out that saw blade and cuts that bus in half, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then that monster attacks. Logically, wouldn't you send out that saw blade and just cut that monster in half? And then they try to rope that thing, like that thing's as big as like 4 elephants. So they try to rope it and hold it down like it's a small dog.
Yeah, we digress.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I think that this whole thing, the reason we do it live, like I could fucking put this thing up and I could chunk it up and I could edit all this fucking shit out. But there's an aura and there's a special, there's something special talking about live. Like you're a bunch of people just sitting in your fucking living room talking about shit. That's what we're fucking doing tonight. But before we start episode 4, I got to take a piss and get a new beer. Let's fucking have an intermission.
Type.
Do it. Yep. We will be back.
All right.
Hey, so I tried getting Raw Talk Real Deal to make a commercial for his Toy Fiend Cult T-shirts and shit, right? And everything on his website, Toy Fiend Cult. And I told him just make like a 20 or 30 second music, whatever, no music, fucking anything you could think of, and send it to me. So when there's times like this, you can take an intermission with a 30-second, 45-second break and play that fucking commercial, right? Kind of like Destro's Dungeon. He did that. He was the first one I saw a commercial where he's in the cowboy hat and he fucking comes up. He's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know if you go over here to this chat, I thought Destro's Dungeon did really good with that, and I thought that was fucking cool. But not too many, but Toy Collector Goon, he got a Raw Talk. He got back to me and he said, "All right, that sounds cool, but I haven't seen anything yet, so just waiting on him to come back on that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Anybody?
That's a good idea. No, that's a really good idea to like advertise his like products and stuff like that, and his shirt and his art.
Yeah, and it's all community based. It's all and like I bought some Raw Talk shirts from Toy Fiend Cult. I think I bought 6.
What about Ralph Bernardsky? He could do that too.
True, and with Ralph, he has the is it T Public? Yeah, Ralph could do the same thing, man. And Ralph comes up with some good. Man, I like Ralph's designs a lot. Matter of fact, I was hitting him up today if he wanted to do a Day of the Dead girl, and his style is pretty fucking just different, So I really enjoy that too. But yeah, Ralph, if you come back, if you're still here, if you're listening, come up with a little 30 to 45-second commercial. I always feel like I asked Raw Talk first because I feel like he's got the actual brand name. He's not on the T Public. And so the first thing that came to my mind was go to Raw Talk real quick. And he's good with like rapping and he like spits some shit. And he could do some breakdowns with fucking his own music and shit, So immediately the first thing that came to my mind was, oh shit, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, Ralph, he's absolutely right, Ralph. Fucking you can come up with like a little 30-second montage, 45-second montage of all your fucking art designs and shit. It'd be fucking cool, man.
He's back.
I see I'm the only one that took intermission. God damn it, man. So yeah, before we start again, shout out to a couple people. Mark Cosplay is not here tonight. This is the first time that I've not seen him in the chat. I think, if I'm understanding right, he lives in an area that is affected by the hurricane that rolled through, and we want to say that that we hope you and your family is okay, man. Mark Cosplay is a great guy, so we want to send it out to him. And shout out to Ralph Bagnarski, makes great stuff, has great conversations with people. Appreciate you for stopping by as well, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Harley Quinn. Let's see, we're on episode 4, and we're doing well. We moved on pretty quick, and we're fucking dissecting this shit. Who else is dissecting this shit like this? No one. What was that, Marcos?
We're dissecting it, and that's all that matters.
That's right. So before I fucking read my soliloquy that I got fucking all typed up real nice, like, I'm gonna crack this open.
Is it soliloquy or soliloquy?
Either one, bro. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's soliloquy. I learned that in 9th grade English. A soliloquy.
Well, everybody, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, Cobra.
I'm just repeating the word.
Everybody knows I speak my own language and I can't fucking speak where the fuck. So With that being said, I'm going to read stuff and things from a screen that I fucking typed in earlier this week. So, episode 4, Thawning Hearts, which is the 17th overall episode in the series. It debuted April 24th, 2020. April 24th, 2020. All right. Harley and the crew now have Firefly's heat gun, and Harley infiltrates Dr. Freeze's lair using it to carve out an ice vagina entrance. Shout out to ice vaginas everywhere, bro. You know, sometimes shit gets hot and you need to cool it down, bro. So good on that deal.
That's some cold pussy.
Yeah. They're captured by Dr. Freeze. While all this is happening, Ivy and Kite Man are visiting a wedding venue where Kite Man finds his nemesis, the Condiment King, who I think is fucking dumb as fuck, has an appointment. Go ahead. Well, I'm going to have you chime in a second. I hear you, bro. He's dumb. He's dumb, bro, but he's fucking with my man Kite Man, who's dumb as well, bro. The Condiment King sucks, like I said, and Kite Man is awesome. So there's that. Harley is jaded by her previous relationships to the Joker. So she thinks that Dr. Freeze has a thing for mistreating women and torturing them. She finds out when she unthaws Nora that she really does have a rare blood disease, and that's why she's preserved in ice. Back at the wedding venue, Ivy tells Kite Man it doesn't matter where they get married. The only thing that matters is they're together. Harley texts Ivy to come and try to come up with a cure for Nora Freeze. Ivy leaves, which results in the loss of that particular wedding venue. So that they were there, and Harley texts her, so she needed to come help her, like Cobra Viper was saying. Everything Harley tries to do, she kind of fucks up. So Ivy comes to her rescue. Ivy successfully creates a cure, but due to Nora's rare blood type, someone else has to take it, then give it to Nora as a blood transfusion, which will kill the person who gives it. Victor Freeze volunteers and sacrifices himself to save Nora, his love, which Harley then recognizes as a selfless act of true love. Roll the dice. M3.
First thing I wrote down in a hatch, and I put 2 smiley faces next to it. It's a vagina, she said. I was like, oh my God, dude. I can't believe they fucking acknowledged the fact that the birth canal looks like a porthole into the ice fucking shit. And she fucking pulls it out and says it's a vagina. And they're all
who bitches at her, Marcos? Who bitches at her and says, if you'd not have fucking done that, we'd have had fucking power in that fucking heat gun still.
It sounds like Dr. Psycho, yeah?
I think it was.
Yeah. And then I just got the venue for the wedding. This one, I didn't write too many notes, and I didn't have too many smiley faces. It was probably maybe one of the little bit of the boring ones, because the whole I'm not a fan of weddings. I don't like weddings, and I was like,
okay. Marcos, did you notice how when they're infiltrating it, that Harley talks about having sex with one or more members of the jazz band?
Yeah. And I didn't write that down. Yeah, she's a hoe, dude. I did laugh at Kite Man got paralyzed because he got what happened? He chose
the dark red instead of the light pink flowers.
He was trying to like find the flowers, and Ivy's like, no, it's the fucking, just get the right one. He's like, oh, what happens if I didn't? You'll be paralyzed. And he's like flying and shit. He's like, done, dude. That got me. And then
we didn't mention how he was all fucked up from that spider, that gigantic spider in the last episode. He's like,
yeah.
I was like, he just got fucked up by that spider. Where'd that spider come from? Why is he so fucking large, bro? What the fuck's happening right now?
Well, that was in what's his name's fucking museum, Mr. Trapp's museum.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
He was one of the fucking traps and shit. And then I got Mr. Freeze died. Fucking.
Hold on a second before you continue.
Okay.
Who would have that been then? Because I'm not a DC person, so who would that be?
Ben, what was up with that spider?
I think it was just random traps because, like, remember they opened up the floor and like the crocodiles are there, which I thought it was going to be like Killer Croc and stuff like that, but then it wasn't. So I think it's
Dude,
just
if I'd have seen
random
that spider,
traps.
I'd have shit my diaper, bro. Like I'd been like, fuck me, fuck. Like that's a fucking spider that large, bro. Go ahead, M3.
Yeah,
And
I'm not down with spiders, but I just have Mr. Freeze died, and Mr. Freeze died, which puts into that has to be Mrs. Freeze is going to be somebody coming up. She has to.
Go ahead and elaborate a little bit. Go ahead, elaborate on that, man. We're fucking. It's right now. We're fucking cutting up the meat. We're fucking eating the potatoes. We're fucking dissecting this shit, bro.
I did like when they were all at dinner and everybody was frozen from the waist down, and he had to feed Mrs. Freeze with the straw going down, and she's just like got this paralyzed fucking god. He has no problem with throwing soup down that shit, dude.
Dr. Freeze is like, can you describe to me, talking to Dr. Psycho, what that steak tastes like? He's like, okay. Buttery? Oh, yeah. Buttery.
Buttery. It is actually he's a good cook. Mr. Freeze is probably a good guy. You know, he just wants his wife to live, and he gave his life up for her. So shout out to Mr. Freeze. That's all I got for that. I'm done.
Shout out to who knows how to spell freeze. Marcos, how do you think they spell Mr. Freeze? How do you think freeze is spelled?
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze is not spelled like that. Do you know how Mr. Freeze is spelled, Ben?
Actually, I don't.
Freis. Freeze.
That's
So
how
it's
they
his
spell it?
name. It's his name. It has nothing to do. It's a play on words type deal. His name is actually Mr. Freeze. Freis. It may be an E on the end or whatever, but
HBO Harley Quinn, Mr. Freeze.
better know.
and hey,
That's weird.
what does it say? Pack service announcement. PSA. That was just a fucking PSA right there. Pack service announcement. Suck on that.
Interesting.
Yeah, Freeze. So it's almost like a real name would be.
Yeah.
Like your name is Freeze, but now your gimmick is you freeze people. Did anybody ever think how quick he could shoot that fucking gun when he was freezing them all when they were infiltrating the lair?
He didn't give a fuck.
That gun was stupid, bro. He was like pop, 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 pop. It was like so fast. You know, a gun may need to like load or shit. It's like pum, 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 pum.
So is this the Mr. Freeze from the 60s? Because his wife is sick and stuff? This isn't like the Mr. Freeze we saw with that god-awful nipple movie? Batman.
Nipple?
I mean, it is the same Mr. Freeze. Yeah, pretty much.
It's just this version.
Not Arnold
Freeze.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Oh my god, fuck that, dude! I am not a fan of '90s Batman movies. See ya. When Christian Bale hit the fucking scene, I was like, "Thank you very much," because fuck all that other shit.
I have to put my motherfucking ears on for this bitch, man.
Batman.
That's right. Hey, Cobra Viper. Hey, Cobra Viper. I'm Batman.
I still think the best is Michael Keaton.
Okay, Michael Keaton's okay, right? But the rest of the movie was trash. Anyway,
Yeah,
so,
the Michael Keaton ones are good.
go ahead, Ben, on episode 4.
Pat,
Let me see.
What does it say? That's wrong.
We can't see that.
No, that official DC spelling.
it's IMDb, bro.
No, dude. But that's for the show. It's
Also,
for the show.
isn't it crazy they got Alfred Molina to play him? Freaking Dr. Octopus.
I even think maybe in TAS.
Yeah, that's
And
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah,
Shit.
in TAS. It was spelled FREIS.
Was it?
We talking about the crazy old dude in the wheelchair. Fucking, was it Jason Statham or what's his name? The guy from Seinfeld.
Oh,
Jason
yeah, Jason
Alexander.
Alexander. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason Alexander.
Yep. I would instruct you if you have any, just you want to put something on the TV, Cobra Viper. We went ahead on the very first one of these we did, and we ran through the whole fucking cast and shit. So there's that, bro. What do you got, Ben, on episode 4?
Oh, this episode's super cringy, dude. Like the whole episode's, I mean, cringy in a good way, but like it's very cringy. I would say the climax of the episode where Harley thinks that Mr. Freeze has this woman kidnapped and she doesn't actually think there's anything medically wrong with her. And then she like, she basically almost kills Mr. Freeze's wife. Dude, the whole thing's super cringe. And then Clayface is able to escape that whole time.
Dude, our boy fucking it up again.
Let's get out of there.
Hey, and he knows it too, but he's building character. So he's like checking scenarios out of like what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna go ahead and just kick back and watch what takes place. Because he could have fucking saved the day at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's crazy. It's a good episode. I like it. Also, like, dude, we've seen a lot of villains die, but I was not expecting Mr. Freeze to go out.
True.
Yeah.
True. So all these villains checking off, and we know sometimes shows get shortened, right? So we'll be in the middle of a show, especially in this day and age on Netflix and all these different platforms. They stop a show because the actors or the actresses just want too much money, so they just fucking cancel shit all the fucking time, type deal. It makes you wonder: is this show going to continue on, or are we going to see the fucking Justice League come the fuck out of that goddamn book, and they're going to have a prominent role in a season? I don't know.
I would like that to be like a series finale, like she has to fight the Justice League.
I want to know what the fuck is happening to the Justice League in the fucking book, bro.
Dude, they're in there just chilling.
This whole time. Go ahead, Marco. Sorry.
Hey, throw up Ralph Bednarski's fucking latest comment, please. Easy. I get it. Yeah. And I want to never argue with Pat because I've already lost a couple bets with him. So I actually act like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. Pat knows all.
Yeah, Rob Bednarski says the best Mr. Freeze story is the animated movie Batman Sub-Zero. His name is Freeze, Freeze, or something, because he's German and Freeze is a play off his last name. Yeah.
Right. That makes sense, Ralph.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in episode 4 still talking about shits. Are you moved on with cringe, Ben, or you got more? Go ahead.
It's a good episode. Well, like I said, God, dude, Harley Quinn just like screws up so badly. And it's kind of horrible too, because like you realize that Mr. Freeze isn't a bad guy, and he
just finances his efforts through criminal
activities. Yeah. No, she just like shits it all up. Jesus Christ. Nah, I'm done.
Go ahead, Cobra Viper.
I mean, Ben said it. Just everything she touches dies or gets destroyed. And Mr. Freeze, did he have to go out? Could he have like got somebody at gunpoint to do the blood transfusion? He wouldn't have got nostalgia points, I think he had to sacrifice himself to, I guess, abstain the sins that he's put upon Gotham City. Maybe go down as I don't know what he'd go down, but it just seemed like a filler episode to me. And then to kill off Mr. Freeze like that was touching. Just that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I feel like, bro, when you say touching, I feel like you're saying it was, what the fuck are you doing?
Felt like a Lifetime episode, kind of.
Yeah.
Right. Now, can we talk about how they're drawing the female characters in this series? Catwoman was hot. Fucking Nora looks fucking hot. Like it just reminds me of TAS, bro. Everything was drawn great. I am the guy who likes old animation. I don't like the new shit. So all these women, I think they look great in the story. So
yeah.
If we are clear, are we clear on 4? We are going to go to 5. 5, bro. 5. So everybody on the internet can listen to me fuck up readings on my screen right now. But episode 5 is called Batman's Back. And I may have an unpopular opinion for some people in chat and on the panel, but that's life. I'll still be friends with you, even if you don't agree with me. This is the 18th overall episode in the series. The episode debuted on May 1st, 2020. The intro. Let's talk about that. I think we're going to talk about the intro before I do the rest of the summary. The two guys talking at the beginning watching TV is fucking genius. They like to make fun of people on this show, right? South Park makes fun of fucking people left and right. That's one reason why I love that fucking show. The self-righteous guy that thinks he knows everything and has to beat everything up is fucking hilarious to me. All right. Then he ends up getting served his sore pussy up, and he's really just a dick rider and contradicts himself. The typical person that acts like he's smart and articulate ends up looking like an idiot. So before we go into the episode, let's talk about the guys at the beginning and who hasn't gone first in a while. I think Cobra Viper.
So when it first started, I was like, oh, here we go. They waited this long to inject it on us. And then they started talking, and it was just like making fun of all the snob toy collectors, all the snob movie critics, and, you know, I guess you want to call it like the self-righteous, heterosexual, cisgender, whatever that category is. You know, being offended because it's a girl show and it's not going to be good or whatever. I just thought that was funny the way that they played it, because I was like, it didn't make me feel any type of way. You know, like I thought it was going to throw me for a left curveball, and it went straight down the middle. So I was like, all right, that was pretty cool. But I thought it was funny because it was like, I'm sitting here watching this show thinking some of these same things.
Dude, Cobra Viper, when I'm watching this, I'm like, I gotta hit up Cobra Viper, bro. But I will say the difference between that and Cobra Viper is educated on a lot of things he says. He's not gonna shout some fucking dumb shit out unless he's educated on it. The guy thing gets served. He gets served at the end because guess what? Oh, Batman's back. But this show isn't about fucking Batman, even though it's fucking in Gotham. Go ahead, man.
I said
I think
earlier.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was gonna say, yeah. Whenever they first played that clip, dude, I was like, oh my god, because you know, so many people like that, and most of us are guilty of being like that ourselves. So it is like a reflection of like someone that like wants to talk shit about something, but isn't going to give it the time of day to like actually watch it and go through it. And finally, like these two guys just cave and actually like watch the fucking show. I love that. Because I feel like that's everybody before they watch the show, especially like these snob people. Because like, dude, I haven't talked to one person that doesn't like this show after they watch it. Like it's hard not to like this show. So yeah, I love the intro.
Dude, like Marcos will make fun of me. Everybody will make fun of me. There's just like, you need to have that. You need to be able to have that thing where you can be made fun of sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody could be made fun of in this show. Like we're talking about in season 1, where Poison Ivy is escaping and she makes that comment about the gun control. What was that comment type deal, Cobra Viper?
She was like, oh, I'm here and I'm protected also with the Second Amendment. And she looks around and she's like, oh, but I also believe in like common sense gun laws and extreme background checks. Like,
yeah,
covered the bases, you know.
That's making fun of society, though. I didn't take that as, oh, she's got to get the PSA in, right? She's making fun of y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's one of those things that's just extremely ironic because you have this like criminal that runs around killing people and just talks about that shit. You're like, yeah, that's pretty on the nose.
Go ahead, Marcos, and I'll continue on to say, but that fucking intro I had to fucking talk about.
So yeah, the intro for sure, because I wrote down Batman's back, man. So that makes sense as you watch it. It's hella funny. But who were the two guys? One has a Snyder's Cut shirt and one has a Last Jedi guy's fucking shirt on.
It's motherfuckers, just Star Wars people fucking hate everything, bro. Like,
it's true. I do.
You can't fucking make any of them happy for the most part, right?
Yeah.
So we have to have the Star Wars people represented and the DC Batman people, because DC people fucking hated Justice League. I'm like, fuck that, dude. Keep it going. Let's see if it can be good instead of just rebooting everything.
Okay.
Go ahead. Cobra Viper wants to say something.
Yeah, that's what I picked up, that these are the Star Wars snobs, and then these are the specific as fuck Batman enjoyment. Like it's like the Snyder cut or nothing, right? Isn't that kind of what the vibe was?
So
And I don't know nothing about that, but from just listening to conversation of people and knowing when the movies have come out, and like, because I might know about it, but I don't dive into it because I don't care about it, but I'm aware of things. And so, yeah, I picked up on that, and I wasn't, lost at that moment.
well, I love when a movie breaks the fourth wall. I love that, and it's random. And they did it in like License to Drive with fucking Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. They did it in numerous movies before you really got to know what it was called when you broke the fourth wall. So with the Snyder Cut guy and the Last Jedi guys, it was like they almost broke the fourth wall because they were talking. You were like in the room with them, but they didn't really talk at you. So it was like breaking the 3.5 wall. It was a reality about a fucking cartoon. What the fuck? I was tripping on that, but I thought it was great. I was like, oh shit, they almost broke that fourth wall. If they would have said, what do you guys fucking think? I would have been all, oh shit, perfect,
I would have loved if the end of the episode or right before they cut into it, they'd just been like, fuck you, bitch ass collectors, and just went like into the Harley Quinn thing. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, so if you're gonna throw shade or fucking talk shit, then go fucking full force. And I thought they did that pretty well. I think Ben wanted to say something.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think they put it at a good point because we were talking about like it's a lot of self-reflection in that clip, and like normally people be like, I'm not gonna watch that shit. But they put it at like season 2, episode 5, where clearly you've been watching the series for like 20 something episodes, and now it's okay to like laugh at yourself because you enjoy the series. Yeah, I think if they would have put that episode 1 of like season 1, that would have pissed so many people off.
Dude, that's a great point. So they stuff it in like right smack dab. Okay, so they just finished season 3, which is probably why our view count's done, because people probably have mad beef with the show. But they stuff that in right to the point where they know it's the hardcore people that have been watching. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
Galvatronics, which is actually a real life in-person Clayface. What's up, Galvatronics?
What's up, Gushing?
So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue on. If somebody else has something they want to say at the beginning about the beginning beef segment, because that's what it was. It was beef segment. And I'm like, fuck yeah, deliver some beef. I don't care if that beef's at me or it's not at me, but there needs to be more beef served in fucking life with friends. Like, if you can't beef with your friends, like I think Cobra Viper said, fuck you tonight to me or some shit. I'm like, good, dude. That's awesome. I like that shit.
Yeah.
It was M3.
All right. So as he walks off, as I'm ready to read comments on the internet or shit that I wrote last night or earlier this week. So we're going to continue on with episode 5. Two-Face and Bane are the only members of the Justice League left. We talked about earlier. They were just fucking slicing motherfuckers off left and right. So they decide to join forces to take on Harley, which becomes a whole comical end on itself for the whole season. Two Faces. They call them Two Faces, which Bane has a problem with, but that's okay because Two-Face is actually slighting him. Meanwhile, we haven't seen Batman since the end of season 1. We catch up with Bruce Wayne recovering from his injuries, which has been months in the making, as he finally wakes up. Bruce is desperate to pick up the bat cowl again, but is nowhere physically ready. So Bruce has Lucius Fox build him a high-tech bat suit to compensate for his injuries. Batman finds himself battling Bane and on the losing end of it. Losing end of the battle where he is saved by Batgirl and the Macaroni, which we find out is secretly Alfred. Batman asks Commissioner Gordon to work with Batgirl at the end of the episode while he focuses on recovering. And that will do it for the summary. M3 has ran off the screen. He just fucking missed everything I fucking said, but he didn't. So, Ben, episode 5 with more villains, less villains, the Two-Face fucking beef segment, and go ahead.
No, it's a good episode. Again, it's a Batman episode, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that needed a break from Harley Quinn and all her fucking shenanigans, especially after that last episode, dude, with her killing Mr. Freeze, basically. But now we get to see, dude, I feel so bad for Bane, because Bane just gets like shit on this whole series. And he's an idiot, and he's the only one that sticks by any kind of guide rules. And like Two-Face is obviously just like taking full advantage of Bane.
Ben, do you think they're jealous of Bane? Because, okay, so the average person who is fat may bust on skinnier people. The average person that's short may bust on other people who are tall because they're insecure about themselves. Do you think they feel a certain way because he has overdeveloped traps and shit?
Maybe. No, dude, they just take advantage of him because they know he's a good guy. So they're like, okay, well, clearly he's an idiot and a resource. So they just, anyways. So, I thought Batman's armor was badass. I want a toy of that.
Fucking
Dude,
we're gonna bring that later.
Yeah,
we're gonna bring out even later. We talked about that toy section before, but go ahead.
Yes, and so we see Batman really want to get back in action, and I don't think he's so happy that there's a Batgirl out there kind of taking his place. So like he wants to get back in the Batsuit as quickly as possible against Alfred's better judgment and everything like that. And of course, he ends up getting fucked up in this episode, despite that awesome Batsuit.
Oh man. So do you think it was a nod to Nightfall?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure. It's definitely a nod to Nightfall. Also, I thought the Hellbat armor, they made that toy, McFarlane did, that black and red armor.
Yeah. Do you want to buy it tomorrow? Because I'm bringing it.
I have one. It's on my shelf.
I'm just fucking around. I'm just fucking around, bro.
But no, I thought the suit looked a lot like that, which I thought was fucking cool. Like, looks exactly like that, like the visor and like the spiked armor. So I thought it was really cool to see that suit in the show.
Yeah, Nightfall is the epic comic where Bane actually breaks Batman's back. It's if you're into DC and you're into Batman a lot, everybody, if you say Nightfall to a fucking DC fan, they know exactly what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
that's what we mean. So M3 left a little bit. So go ahead, Cobra Viper, when Ben's done.
I think people just take advantage of Bane. And Bane really is a powerhouse because we probably didn't talk about this, but I think in the previous episode, they had the death car made out of the old man, and they were hiding out from Two-Face's territory, and they rolled into Washington.
Cobra Viper, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't put that in my summary, and I did want to talk about that because they're talking about the Chicago typewriters, dude. I'm like, fuck yeah, cool. Go ahead. Hit that up because they were fucking pissed at the end. Harley and them brought Riddler back to power the shit, and they were out all fucking day trying to get a fucking water machine or something.
Yeah, they well, I just thought it was hilarious. They run into Bane's people and they're like, yo, you can't come to Baneton. And they're like, get the fuck out the way. We got the death car. And they're like, oh yeah? And they beat that car to fucking shit, bro.
They hit the what? Hey, why did they come back all painted up? So Doctor,
they have to get beat in. All right. So they go into Baneton, excuse me, and the car gets beat the fuck up. We don't know what happens from that point.
Eats the tire.
Yes. And those are just his goons, right? Those aren't even Bane himself. Those are just street people that just are pumping up. And they fuck the death car up. Well, when they come back with their face painted, they got blessed into the Baneton gang.
So if you felt that way.
Yeah, no, they had to get beat in. That's what they said. We had to get beat in. So they probably got beat the fuck up and got their faces painted by the Baneton people.
So King Shark looks like the Joker, right? His makeup looks like the Joker, but Dr. Psycho looks like a lucha libre.
Yeah, Because he's so small. He's wrestling.
Oh man, like, dude, we didn't say it either when they were infiltrating Dr. Freeze's his stronghold. Like, can we talk about how King Shark just eats motherfuckers? Like he's
That's why I said he's so ruthless. He's just a huge shark that just eats your whole body.
Yeah, I'm like, are people understanding what's happening here? Because I use like shout out to Sardo Nimspa. He's an actual member of this show. He's been made it a long time, but he calls a certain thing called head cannon. I'm like, have you guys stopped and thought this shark is literally just like eating a motherfucker in half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. You know what I mean?
Shrimp. It just leaves the tail, the little feet dangling.
Oh shit, dude! Damn. He's treating these motherfuckers like shrimp, bro. Cobra Viper on fire tonight. Go ahead, dude. Episode 5.
I thought that the whole Bane aspect, you can tell he's witty, he's intellectual, he has discipline, he follows rules, he wants order in chaos. He's a little boy whose daddy never paid attention to him. He wants recognition. And he says that he's like, no one liked me till I put on the mask. You know what I mean? So, excuse me for butchering it. I'm not a DC guy.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. But we do know they're taking this Bane reference and this voice from the Dark Knight trilogy. That's where they're getting this inspiration from.
Yeah,
I like it. I think it's funny.
Tom Hardy.
That's Tom Hardy. Nice.
Yeah. So the Dark Knight trilogy is not bad. Like, forget all the making fun of like and shit. Like, it's fucking the darkest fucking shit we've gotten yet. Give me like fucking Heath Ledger as the Joker. Like, fuck everybody else that's come afterwards. This like he's got his head out the fucking window, licking his fucking like that shit. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy as fuck.
He brought the pain,
dude. He did like that's what I'm talking about. Give me real fucking shit, dude. You know what I mean? Like Joker would be a maniacal fuck, dude.
Not get off the topic of Bane. Bane beats the dog shit out of Batman's new suit, bro. Fuck that new suit.
Oh, yeah, he does, bro. So
break you.
Ben, what is he taking? I forget.
It's
Venom. Huh?
Venom. That's what they call it.
Venom. So Deathstroke takes Mirakuru, and Bane takes Venom.
Yeah.
Because Mirakuru does a very similar thing. You don't physically see yourself swelling while it happens, but you're fucking invincible, dude. That's what Deathstroke's about. This serum called Mirakuru. What
if Bane got some Mirakuru in his shit too?
I don't know, bro. Like, Deathstroke is my guy, man. Like, fucking the best representation of him was fucking on the show Arrow on CW.
Yeah,
that was a show that was done from rip to the end. I thought pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Also, kind of cool thing about this episode is like every single episode we've seen the villains come onto the episode and just get beat the fuck up by, Harley or whoever. This is the first episode. Well, we kind of see Bane just get walked over the whole entire series. And you kind of think of him as like a lesser villain, and you're like, oh, he's just a joke villain. But no, Bane is like the only one to manhandle Batman and just like beat him into the ground.
Bro, Bane's the one that has the least amount of aggression until he's had it to his boiling point. Like, he has a very long fuse in the crime game. Like, he wants to make money, not go too crazy. Because if you go too crazy on him, he wants to burn you to death and annihilate you. So it's like he's bipolar, and he has like neglect issues and abandonment, maybe. Because I mean, you kind of think about what's in these people's heads, why they become a villain.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So kind of like it earns Bane's spot onto the villains team, because like this whole entire series, you're like, dude, why is Bane even there if he's just a pushover?
Bro, he could beat every villain's ass to death.
I was kind of hoping that he's like, Two Faces. No, where am I? I'm not here. This is you. You're Two Face. I'm like, I'm just kind of hoping. So there's certain villains in this show since season 1. Like I can live without. I could live without fucking Penguin. I can fucking live without Two Face. I was just kind of hoping Bane was like, fuck you. It just went. I'm like,
Yeah,
bye bye Two Face. Because
Pop his
fucking
pop
fucking.
Yeah.
like a pencil eraser.
That'd be cool if we get to see that eventually. Like Bane just snaps and kills one of the other villains.
Like, just he grabs the back of his head and he's like, and he just keeps pulverizing it, and it just keeps going.
But so far, he's the one with the most self-control.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird because, like, if any of the other villains were, like, taking the treatment Bane is, like, I feel like they would have killed each other, but Bane's, like, the only one that is self-controlled out of all the villains.
Watch out for it. It's the perfect euphemism for the big-ass quiet kid in school that got bullied all the time and then snapped and beat everybody's ass one day. Nowadays, it's a lot worse, but you know what I meant. Like, in our generation, there was always that quiet kid that when he lost it, he fucking lost.
Pearl Jam
the
10.
quiet kid. Yeah.
Pearl Jam. I think the song was 10.
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Yeah.
Jeremy. Thank you. Yeah. Pearl Jam. Jeremy. That's Bane.
King Jeremy. Yep.
Did Marcos discuss episode 5 because he's out, or did you discuss episode 5? You gotta give us your bullet points.
My favorite part was
okay. While you're doing that, I'm gonna take a piss. I can still hear you.
All right. My favorite part was Batman's cock rocket. Shout out to one brothers for fucking having a fucking cock rocket, dude.
Marcos, this is your time to fucking bring what you bring.
Yeah, so I totally agree with the Big Bang with Bang. I actually have a note right here. It says Big Bang is dope.
Big Bang is dope.
I really like Bane when he fucking goes to his fucking. It's like a Hulk too. I hate when they portray Hulk to be some fucking pussy that Thanos can just knock out. Fuck no. Hulk can grow to be the size of fucking whatever he's in. He can break a fucking mountain. But then the Infinity bubble. Okay, off of that rant. But I do like how they made Bane get that extra, and I thought that was cool. Bane goons are cool. So I agree with the fact that Bane could kick poor Batman's ass because Batman is just a human with all these little gadgets, and all these gadgets will bounce off of Bane. So yeah, that's fucking good. And I'm glad he let him kick his ass. But the cock rocket got me. So shout out to Warner Brothers for going beyond that line to bring that in. I thought that was cool. That's it. That's all I got for fucking 5. Oh, wait. I did have Alfred sleeping while Monica suits up. Who's Monica? Because I wrote this. Alfred sleeping while...
the macaroni?
No.
And then I said in the same parentheses, Iron Man, Batman. Okay, so copyright Marvel. So Batman suits up into basically an Iron Man suit. And I think you said that earlier a while ago.
Yeah.
Is there can you copyright the fact that somebody puts on an armor suit, or he's Batman armor?
No, I don't think he copyrighted it. I think Marvel probably would have got sued because people were talking about that shit back in like the 20s and 30s.
Okay, yeah, true that. And so why did I put Alfred sleeping while Monica suits up?
You're talking about how basically Alfred's like asleep. Batman goes to check if he's sleeping and he goes into the room to steal the Batman armor. I'm pretty sure that's what you're talking about because Alfred keeps it in his bedroom.
Why did I put Monica? That's so weird.
I don't know. Maybe you heard the name Monica while you were writing it down, and so you
wrote
Monica.
Yeah, I seen something on YouTube about how your brain sees words that it wants to fucking see or is programmed to see, and then in the same YouTube video, it'll be like, "But this is what it really said." You'd be like, "Whoa, that's fucking crazy!" Then you go back, right? And you're wrong. Right. Yeah, maybe, yeah. But basically, yeah, Pac, Bane is dope. I like Big Bane. He's actually a new favorite because of 5.
Oh, with that being said, there we go.
Natty light.
I
think we go 6. He's 6, huh?
Yeah, we're on 6, so we've covered. Man, you know what? I enjoy a panel who actually dissects something. Like the first episode was really long. We moved on pretty good. The whole time I'm doing this show, I'm kind of thinking about what me and Cobra Viper talked about earlier today. We haven't got there with the show, but the views that everybody's had so far are really fucking interesting. Like that's what you get when you get motherfuckers who call it down the middle. You get shit that you can fucking deal with. Like when we do the Transformer comics, there's some Briag is a smart motherfucker, right? You're gonna get an opinion and you're gonna get some dissection that you didn't understand before. And I think that's what you get. Like a lot of these shout out and no shade to any of them. A lot of these YouTubers, there's one person, they're talking about what they thought. And I don't think you get as much from a show until you put multiple minds together.
Yeah.
Not some jabronis, right? Some people who actually have a brain in their head. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I know
man,
what you
this
mean.
show has blown me away tonight with what you guys have come up.
I like the fact that I can say something about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and Ben Kenobi has the 100% opposite, and he don't get mad that I fucking love it. And
Dude,
I
fuck you. You better not like that movie. I swear to God.
It is, dude. Let us be people, right?
Yeah.
And still fucking be brothers. Fucking let that be a lesson to fucking everybody out there. Fucking stop beefing on stupid shit. Beef on fun shit.
Pax the oldest brother.
I'm old and fuck all y'all. At least my face isn't as swollen as it has been, dude. Ragweed is a motherfucker in Oklahoma. So that tomorrow I may wake up Ben and I come to the show tomorrow. I'm like, oh, fucking swollen and shit. Fuck this shit. So let's go on with episode 6.
Peace.
6. I'm going to once again read comments from something I typed earlier tonight or earlier in the week. I may or may not fuck them up, but that's live TV, people. So we have episode 6. All of the best inmates have daddy issues, and so do most women. Which is ninth. That was my spin on the title, not the official title. The official title would be All the Best Inmates Have Daddy Issues, which is 19th overall in the series. Episode debuted May 8th, 2020. We start the episode off with Ivy and Harley at the bar, where it appears that there is a normal, sane version of the Joker. If you remember, at the end of season 1, Joker is dumped in the vat that turns people either white or opposite. It's not just a skin thing; it's a personality trait. Okay, so they reversed his ass on the first season. Ivy doesn't believe Harley until she snaps a photo of him and edits it with a white face on him. Ivy sees that it's the Joker. Let me grab my fucking mouse here and scroll down. The rest of the episode focuses on a flashback of Harley, then known as Dr. Harleen Quinzel, first meeting Ivy and the Joker. She meets them both at the same time. I think that's very important. Dr. Harleen Quinzel is asked by DA Harvey Dent and Commissioner Jim Gordon before he was fucked up in the head to interview the Joker because the Joker has placed a bomb somewhere in Gotham. There, the Joker tells Harleen about his abusive father to earn her trust before telling her the bomb is in Little Italy. He gives her the information in exchange for having a private meal with her. So just some regular prison type shit where a meal is very important, but that's not his end game. Batman and Jim Gordon are then diverted to Little Italy in Gotham because I guess there is a place in Gotham called Little Italy. Let's see, to Little Italy in Gotham to lure them away from the main agenda, which is to reveal that the bomb is placed inside of the prison chef, who is nicknamed Little Italy. The Joker takes Harleen prisoner in the exploding mayhem. When Ivy rescues Harleen from the Joker with a plant that Harleen gave her as a gift. So therefore, we kind of see even more. We see the dueling relationships between Harley, Ivy, and Joker. So they're kind of intertwined. You know what I mean? Ivy reveals to Harley that the Joker's backstory is in fact her own story. They bring in Dr. Psycho, who confirms the Joker has no memory, because we're going back to when they're at the bar and there actually is this Joker. Harley knows it. Like, think about all the relationship stuff that Harley and the Joker went through. She didn't. She probably just felt it was him. You know what I mean? When you're with somebody a long time, you just kind of fucking know it more than other people. So Dr. Psycho confirms it's the Joker because he does his telepathic thing. And the Joker has no memory of his old self. Upon leaving the bar, Harley and Ivy are captured by Two-Face, and that's where we end episode 6 with. We're gonna roll the fucking dice, and Marcos has got a hand up, so he's first.
Hey, first of all, I want to show everybody this is Pac's workstation. That's why I put it up, because he's put so much fucking, like, he types shit and shit, right? He got 2 monitors set up while fucking checking notes on the TV and shit, man. So, shout out to you, Pac, for fucking thinking about something and making it fucking sound good, dude. So that's cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into it. But I was showing that up when you're gabbing your fucking giblet.
What I've tried to do on this time, which I need, everything goes and evolves. The first times I was just reading it like word for word. Now I'm trying to interject some of my fucking feelings as I'm reading it. So I hope it's a little bit better. It'll get better yet.
No, that's good.
Go ahead, Marcos. See episode 6.
Episode 6. So I just put all the best inmates have daddy issues. I already knew what was going to happen. I felt a lot of that was pretty. What do you call it when you know it's going to happen?
You had a
foreshadowing.
No, not foreshadowing, but like when it's just like obvious and shit, like what's going to happen. But anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You knew Joker was going to fucking get undone. I mean, you knew that was going to happen. So, because he fell in the vat. Anyway, he becomes a bartender. And I put down the Joker's dad banged the maid, killed the ferret, and then kicked Joker's ass. That made me laugh. And Joker is undone so far. He already did his maniacal laugh when the kids texted him on the phone. Fucking, Dad, look at us making pizza and shit. And he's like, fucking jerked off in his pants and shit, right? Like, and then he calmed down and was just like, yeah, put the phone down or whatever he did. So he's coming back. I just want to know when, and if Harley falls for him one more time, dude, she can't. That's what I understand. So yeah, right. Fuck Joker anyway.
So this is the last episode that we're going to be reviewing. So anything is on the table. The episode, anything else you want to say? We may have to roll 5s on the next episode if Bull comes back, because I know Cobra Viper is kind of invested in his feedback that he would like to give, because I know he has watched further than episode 6. Why don't Ben's watching the show, so why don't we let Cobra Viper go ahead and go?
All right, so Joker finally has a chance at happiness, at a normal life, free of the drama, the burden, the traumatic experiences that made him a maniacal, homicidal maniac. And he's nestled down. He's got a little hustle. He's a bartender. He's really good at it. And he seems genuinely happy. And old Skanky Pants comes around and fucks it all up, bro. Brings her little midget asshole telepathic reader, reads his mind, makes sure that, he's really clean. And I don't know, it just kind of felt like a boring episode. I don't know. That's all I could. It started to lose a little interest in this episode.
Did you? Okay, so I feel like I feel like even though they start off where they find Joker, right? I think the main focus of this is the flashback of how, because like the title says, it's Harley Quinn. That's the name of the title. Harley Quinn, how she met the Joker in Ivy. So if I guess we're gonna talk about that. Do you feel like there's some substance? Go ahead, Marcos.
No, I don't want to cut you off. No way. You have something. Go ahead.
This is a discussion. Let's hear it.
Okay, so you got to think of it like this too, though. Okay, so Harley did that to him. But look what the motherfucker did to her in episode 1 and shit. Left her in fucking Arkham fucking prison for a whole year thinking. And so he fucked her up too. So now they got this. And if I were her, I'd be like, well, fuck this motherfucker. I don't care if he's happy right now. I'm going to fuck him. Because they got that dueling. They just want to fuck with each other all the time. But subliminally, I didn't catch on to that. But I totally see that, which made me resort to the beginning that I know Joker. We thought they kissed and he led her gently into the fucking vat as she fell down and landed in, like the Suicide Squad movie did. But she says in this one, she thought that he kicked her in and shit, and that didn't happen. She threw herself in, right? That was one of her psychological fucking things in 3 or 4. Be Harley or I'm Harley.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So fucking.
I think you're right. I think a lot of this stuff ties back into, and I think you should touch base on that because I think that's what they're trying to do. Good job.
Okay. Well, I'll stop right there. But so basically, but I would think that's why I don't like the Joker, man. He has all this Harley in front of him, and all he has to do is fucking team up with her, and she's Kaylee Cuoco, fucking Harley Quinn. Like, what the fuck is your problem, bro? But he's like, fuck her, hate her. I don't get that. That's why I'm like Joker, like, dude, all the time. He's like, puts her fucking like nothing.
Well, I think that's what he talks about. Like, I think I might butcher it, but there's a point where he says that she's supposed to be his like drive, and he can't kill her because then the sorrow of her not being there will weigh on him more. So he says he has to erase her from her existence completely at one point, right?
Yes, you're correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn is his only weakness, so he feels like he needs to get rid of her because that's his only weakness.
Yes. So that's why I would say don't fuck with him and leave him be in his little mediocre life. Let him live my life for a little while. The wife and kids and the babies and all that. And you won't have to worry about him. He's on the back burner.
But they seem to be magneted. They seem to be magneted towards each other to where they can't stop each other. They're always fucking tied to one another, toxic or not.
Harley Quinn's a hoe. She's magnetic to everybody, bro.
Hey, she's a hoe. She proved it in the last episode.
I was like, I thought it was funny though. But so Ben is watching right now, and he's like, I'm about ready to lay some shit on you because I'm watching this shit, bro.
No, so like I think you guys like brought out some pretty good points. Like, you're talking about, I don't know, like this kind of episode makes you feel like Harley Quinn might be kind of selfish in like a way. Definitely selfish because like wait till you guys get further in the series, and like this is just some foreshadowing of like how selfish he is. But this is kind of the first instance you see it, and it kind of brings in the perspective of the Joker because the Joker, like, it shows his backstory, and he does actually have traumatic events that turn him into like this kind of person, and like why he's that kind of person. And like when you think about Harley Quinn, like we've kind of seen her backstory, and yeah, her parents are horrible, but like that's nothing compared to like Joker's parents just beating the shit out of him all the time. Like, so it kind of like, you're like, I don't know, because like the Joker and the guy he basically becomes afterwards, the bartender, it's not the same person. It's two different people. And so like Harley Quinn's just willing to like ruin this random person's life, I feel like, just so she feels better about the situation.
Right.
Right.
So it's kind of weird. But the rest of the episode, so basically it's a flashback episode, and it's showing us how we got here so far. And so it shows Harley Quinn when she's working as a psychiatrist inside Arkham. Shows Batman, shows Gordon before he's a joke, which is kind of interesting. Like it's a very like serious episode, even though it's not, and there are comical episodes. Like it's before Gordon's just like a complete fucking goofball and Two-Face is Harvey Dent right now. And you brought up the fact that she meets Poison Ivy at the same time she meets Joker, which is really interesting. And as like we go on in the series, like that's a little bit of foreshadowing of like, the two different paths her life could take depending on like which person she like decides to side with.
And you can also see, I want you to continue, but you can also see it's definitely veiled from almost the start. Harley Quinn seems to be pulled between two different people. So they do this episode to where she met these two people at the same fucking time. And these are the same two people she's pulled that she I'm not going to spoil anything else, but it's just kind of like when you watch it, like, ooh, does she have feelings for Poison Ivy, et cetera, et cetera? That's what they're hinting at us. But she met them at the same time, so those are the two people she's torn between. I think.
Yeah. Well, and it just shows, like, if you think about Harley Quinn as a character, like, how many people's lives have gotten ruined because she thinks she's always right. Like, she thinks she's right about the Joker. And so essentially, like, he's able to escape because of it. And, she dedicates the rest of her life towards him. But, like, so many times she's thought she's right throughout this, like, whole entire series, like with Mr. Freeze, ends up getting Mr. Freeze killed and, like, all this other stuff. And Harley just screws it up because she thinks she's right all the time. So, I don't know. I think there's a lot of foreshadowing in this episode. And also, like, we get to see the Riddler when he has, like, long-ass black hair inside the prison. He's just brushing his hair. Dude, his hair starts to fall out, and he's, like, freaking out.
Hey, somebody
was pretty good.
Somebody says something, too, about it, too. Like, that's not going to last long or some shit.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a pretty good episode. But Harley's just an idiot, man. I think there's a lot of foreshadowing to it, obviously. Yeah.
Round table. So, I think so. Forget that anything else has happened. The rest of season 2, season 3, I haven't watched. Right? It's already happened. So, if you're viewing this from the point of, ooh, I just watched season 1. Ooh, fucking fire. All right. A little bit of hinting. Oh, is this going to be woke? Everybody is fucking wondering if shit's going to be woke. They fucking make fun of some shit. There's some underlying bisexual shit going on. And you're like, okay, fucking fire ass. First season, right? So my first thoughts on season 2. My first thoughts. I've watched this so many times because I have to for the show.
Wait.
Go ahead.
You said season 2. We're just at 6 right now.
We're in the middle of. We're going on season 2.
Right.
I'm in the journey right now. We're in the journey of season 2. All right. That's what we're bringing you to perspective of.
Whoa.
Everybody on the fucking internet has watched it all. They've seen it all. They know it. Right. So what the fuck? Shut up. So season 1, fire. Right? Fire. Ooh, as I watch season 1, I'm like, great. I can tell there's underlying bisexual tones between Ivy and Harley, right? I love the fact that Ivy is attracted to Kite Man, even though he's a dumb fuck. He's this goofy motherfucker. And women sometimes are attracted to somebody that doesn't make any sense. That's normal in life, right? Like, it's just, so it's real to me.
Joe Biden. Oh,
fuck Brandon. I don't know if I got that right, but I did it anyway. So no politics. No politics, M3 and Pac.
Number 1 rule and shit.
We broke fucking rule. We broke rule. So season 1, I loved a lot. And I had questions like, okay, fucking give me some content on the Justice League. I need to see them fucking what's going on in the storybook. So much fucking fire. Ruthlessness. Queen of Fables, bro. Just fucking fire. Yeah. So the first couple times I watched season 2 up until episode 6, I'm like, not as good. Not as good. Not as good. I go on the panel, right? Tonight. And guess what I find out? I talked to all you guys. I'm like, bro, there was some meat and potatoes in this. Oh, yeah. I didn't remember. Maybe not quite as good as season 1, but after talking to all y'all, there was some fucking cool shit in this so far.
It was great, dude. There was only that one episode that kind of made me a little bit boring, but I knew it was going to catch back up. I think it's perfect so far. Like absolutely perfect and shit.
So that's where I'm at. Go ahead, Cobra Viper.
My only concern is from season 1 to season 2.5. It's got a Lifetime movie plot. The
Explain.
overall, it's got 2 scorned women angry with previous lovers who unite
Who is Ivy's previous born lover?
and become secret lesbian lovers. I mean,
who is Ivy's previous lover, though? That's what I'm asking you. Who is that?
Somebody
I don't
from.
know.
That's why she got all goth and shit.
We know that Harley Quinn is scorned from Joker, but we don't. So when you say 2, right, and I want to understand everything you say, and you may bring it to the table. It's not to fucking say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Never want to come across as that, sir.
You know what you're talking about?
We don't. Okay, so when you say 2, we know 1, but we don't know Ivy. Kind of. Ivy seems to seem like she's good with Kite Man right now, but you feel just up until 6, we feel the overtones in the fucking not the overtones, but the hinting at certain things, right? It's you feel like there are people in the background just waiting to be like, I knew it. It was fucking woke. I knew it the whole fucking time. You know what I mean? They're back there and they're fucking waiting, dude.
Yeah. That's failed me on a couple movies, but not this one.
Yeah.
I stopped watching the fucking He-Man shit, the Eternia one that came out 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Because I didn't want my She-Ra and I didn't want that. So I was like, okay.
I don't know if it came across on video just now, but I just fucking spit across the fucking room when you said fucking Revelations. Fuck that show, dude.
Yeah. So you should. It's like, so then you take it for what it is. You're like, okay, but it didn't draw me back in to continue watching it. I was done. But this one, so far, I hope that doesn't happen to me on this one. Like, can they keep it moderate enough, mild enough, or are they just gonna go full bore face into pussy, and that's what's fucking happening there and shit,
Right, because we know the reason I've been reading original air date 2020. There was a couple years break. One went season 2 to season 3. So we're in 2022 and they just finished up like last week. Okay,
season 3.
Yes, they did, right?
Yeah.
So there was a long break in between. So did they lose some steam? Is the story as good? Will they recover? The story isn't as good. Go ahead.
Well, it better be. They had time to work on it.
Right. But why the fucking break? Why the break? Are you giving me this fucking CVD Bud Ice bullshit fucking story? Go ahead, Ben.
I think it's because James Gunn's he's working on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Okay, so educate me, Ben. You say his name. Why?
So James Gunn is the I could be wrong. I know he's either the writer, producer, or director of the show. Somebody might want to look it up right now, what role he plays in this. But he plays a pretty substantial role in getting this show made.
Marcos is on that right now. As you can see, he is.
Yeah, get on
it. Shout out to Guardians of the Galaxy. Love them fucking movies, bro. I'm in the middle of watching Thor: Love and Thunder. I think I made it through 40 minutes and I have shut it the fuck off, dude.
Yeah, that was rough.
Dude, that was 3 weeks ago. 2-3 weeks ago, and I've not fucking turned it back on, bro. And
I hate to be like somebody that complains about things, but like I don't know what it is about the Marvel projects they came out with lately.
So the reason why I love that DC is doing something a little different, I'm burned out of Marvel. Marvel has overstayed their welcome in the movie cinematic universe. It's just, dude, they had some good shit. They did have good shit, but
it's like that old uncle that used to always tell the fire jokes till you get a little bit older and you realize it's the same fucking jokes, but he fucks them up now. He's older.
Yeah. Well, it is. I would say it's, I don't know, like the whole entire story is really good up until like the Thanos thing, but like the thing is like that's such a big wrap up. It's hard to like get people to care after that, you know?
Right. I feel you're right after the Thanos thing because I like Scarlett Johansson. I like several of her movies. I didn't watch the Black Widow backstory yet. I haven't
No,
seen
it's
it yet.
pretty, it's rough.
Neither. I didn't either. I haven't watched that, and I love
I got news for you, Marvel. It's time to wrap it up.
What did you find, Marcos?
What was I looking for? I know it's James. What was this?
He's just fucking checking his emails over there or something. James Gunn. What role does he play in the Harley Quinn show?
Oh.
Yeah, hit James Gunn, Harley Quinn, HBO Max.
Got it.
Yep.
You got mail.
So, Cobra Viper, you hit me off with a text this afternoon, and most people that would do a show would be like, oh, fuck. But I'm like, you know what? Cobra Viper, he's a smart man, right? He's intellectual. He's going to bring, like, I'm going to tell you, right, Cobra Viper, you hit anyone else up with that, and they're going to be sweating, right? I'm like, but I ain't worried about it. You brought so many fucking good points all the way from season 1 to the middle of season 2, and I appreciate that. What are you showing me right now?
That's James Gunn and Harley Quinn.
But what is his role? What is his responsibility?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull up his credits real quick because I don't want to get this wrong.
You guys are asking too much of me.
Okay, looks like Ben Kenobi.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, so
I'm sorry.
While he's doing that, can we shout something out right now? So we're on Internet Square. We're on the Brady Bunch. These are Brady Bunch squares right now, shooting off to all parts of the world, all parts of the United States. So get this. This will blow your mind, right? Marcos, we all know where you're at. You're on the West Coast, right?
I'm on the what do you call it? The
okay. So you're in California, right? I'm in Oklahoma. Cobra Viper is on the East Coast, correct?
Yeah, that's that way. That's east right there.
So get this. Ben Kenobi is straight. I live on a road called 2nd Street. He is right up the fucking road on 2nd Street, bust a right.
No shit.
That blow your mind? So we're all real far, but me and Ben are like,
how long you known Ben?
Dude, since I've done like the hunts, bro. How long have I known you, Ben? Year and a half, 2 years?
Like, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's weird because you got somebody so close in your neighborhood that fucks with shit. I got Pops is my nearest down there down south. Pop, shout out Pops.
Pop the trunk.
Yeah, and my boy Omar. Actually, my boy Omar, but he don't fuck around with this shit. He likes.
Ben will actually be occupying the same space at the toy show tomorrow.
That's cool, dude. That is cool, man. That is cool.
But
I've done a toy show with Omar. Actually, he invited me in with. Yeah, that's right. But,
dude, like, okay, so how long have I known you, Cobra Viper?
I don't know, 2 years, 3 years.
Okay. So when's the first time you first got on the show? Did any show with me?
3 months ago.
Maybe 2019, 2020, 21, something. It was a while ago.
It wasn't very long ago.
Maybe it was the beginning of 22.
Right. So it's funny, like I've known you and Ben about the same time. Like Ben waited. I remember talking to Ben one day. I'm like, hey, you want to be on the show? He's like, yeah, I'll be on the show. It was like a fucking year, over a year later before he's on the show. And you got some people are tripping like, hey man, I want to be on your show. I'm like, dude, sometimes it takes a while, man. You just gotta just wait and make the right fit for people. So
right.
Oh, never mind. I could be wrong. He just played. Yeah, I don't know why they took a break. It could be like those people are just working on different projects.
So that's what I was gonna say was the whole break thing. And I'm sorry for interrupting, but I was thinking, wasn't it because of COVID? Like they did the first season, they did.
Isn't everything because of fucking COVID?
Shut down, bro. They weren't letting people do nothing. They weren't letting people fucking. Some people were locked the fuck down. So they were like, movies? Okay, no, that has to be on a hold. Like,
all I gotta say is let my immune system do its normal job that it was fucking designed to do. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna fucking say. And it can't Okay, so
Yep.
if you have a hot rod, right, and it's a fine-tuned machine, right? Okay, you don't drive it all the fucking time, but it needs driven, or when you go to fire it up, it doesn't fucking start, right? And you got to do some work to it. You got to keep that fine-tuned engine. Go ahead.
No, I'm
You
don't.
keep that fine-tuned. My immune system needs to work every day, all the fucking time. It needs to fight off fucking impurities and fucking pollen and disease and fucking sicknesses. And when you put this fucking thing over my face, it doesn't fucking work the same.
Well, I'm glad it only lasted as long as it lasted. If they kept doing it for another 16 years, we'd feel the fucking effect of it.
You know what would happen? People would be really
Oh,
fucking sick.
done.
Because that shit's not good for you to fucking keep yourself in a bubble, dude. It's
Done.
not.
Right. 100%. And
Yeah.
Like,
hey,
yeah.
I sent out over fucking 300 of those motherfuckers to everybody, everywhere. Not only on YouTube, but fucking.
I'm gonna wear one. Okay, not because I'm scared. I'm
fucking
gonna shout out Marcos sometime, and I'm just gonna have the old mask on, bro, with the Decepticon symbol.
Dude, I think I wore a mask in this whole fucking thing since it started 3 times because I couldn't do what I had to do. My eyes and shit. I had to get my contacts.
Oh, dude. So when you have contacts and you wear that, when you blow out heat and you breathe, it goes right up here and it fucking dries your contacts out. It's like
we were talking to Dr. Skinner, shout out, bro. He fucking he let me take it off. He was like, fucking go ahead, take it down because it's just fucking fogging your shit up, dude. Like when he had to right. And then I had to for Kelly, my boss, dude, I had to for her because she told me to do something and I was like, yes.
Can we think about Marcos with a mask? So he's got this thing over here with this long thing sticking out the bottom of it.
Stupid. I hate the fucking mask, bro.
All right. So
political pack.
We're gonna go 2.5 hours tonight. We're 2 hours, 21 minutes. Me and Ben got a show to do tomorrow. So let me lay this on Marcos, and then we'll go around the squares. Where would you like to see the rest of the season 2 go to? We described everything. What would you like to see happen in the rest of season 2?
Because of the certain amount of characters that they're bringing in,
and they're killing a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's fine. I could see where this whole thing's going. I want to see where the end fucking show is going to be. Because in the 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 episodes that have already been out, you know where this shit's going. It's fucking cool. There's some death. There's some murder. There's fucking shit going on. And it's repetitive. This guy's got to die. This guy is out. But everything has a certain story for that repetitiveness, which is a good fucking thing. It's not like like Stranger Things. If you watch Stranger Things, I got through a little bit and I was like, okay, it's the same death all the time. So
redundancy.
It's too redundant without effect, right? This one is redundant as fuck, but with effect. It's got good shit all across board. And they bring in all these DC
humor, goofy shit, stuff we haven't seen from a cartoon, maybe.
Yeah, and Kaylee Cuoco is running it, so I'm cool with it. I don't know where it would go to see who's going to die next. I have no idea. I have no idea who they're bringing in. I just want to see the last episode. I can't wait for the last episode, and I hope I'm not disappointed if I make it that far, because there might be something where I'm like,
well, we're in it till the end, whether we like it or we don't. We will give our honest opinion. Once you start it, you got to finish it because it's an honest take. So before we go on, Ralph Bednarski says James Gunn was fired from Marvel, so he did stuff for DC. While he was doing this, Marvel hired him back. He was juggling both properties. There is our answer. Shout out to Ralph Bednarski. If you don't know who Ralph Bednarski is, look this name up on Instagram, dude. He makes shirts. He has fire ass fucking shit, dude. Hit him up.
And because I fucked up with trying to figure out who his James Gunn was, we couldn't figure it out. He had to put down his fucking paintbrushes, look on his fucking phone. He's like, these motherfuckers. Huh, Ralph? Ralph's like, gosh dang, I'll do it for you guys. And
he's like, come on. But he knows we've been drinking. It's late. So come on, guys. What do you want to see from the rest of season 2, Ben?
Well, Harley's been off in a lot of people, so I'm assuming they're kind of building towards like what would happen if Harley took over the city. And like, what would that look like? Because that's been her goal so far, is to become like a big super villain. She wanted to join the Legion of Doom and stuff like that. And so whether they realize it or not, they're offing off like all the people that basically control Gotham City. So it's coming pretty close to her being like one of the only main villains out there.
Okay.
Right. So
Cool.
we know this series. Some of us may or may not watch it all. We know the series goes all the way to season 2 and the end of season 3. So in my mind, I'm thinking, what the fuck is going to happen next? Go ahead. Keep going, Ben and Cobra Viper.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Really, that's like what I'm interested in seeing. Because like so far, like I said, she's really selfish. It doesn't really care really whose life she has to ruin or anything like that. It doesn't really think about any of these repercussions. So I'm kind of curious like where that's going to get her.
The Harley Quinn self-destruction.
Yes.
Go ahead, Cobra Viper. Where do you think the series and the season is going to? All right. I'm leveling this off to the entire season as well. Season 2.
I feel like it's going exactly where I was predicting that it was going to go. Certain paths are going to cross that are inevitable. And I feel like I don't know how we can't end up there without like totally ruining the show. But sometimes, they just write themselves into a corner. And I hope that doesn't happen.
And if they do write themselves into a corner, Cobra Viper, I'm hoping that they're smart enough to maybe work themselves the fuck out of it. Because if you're smart enough to write something, right, and you fuck it up, then you're also smart enough to say, man, I fucked that up. We got to figure out how to get ourselves back on track, right?
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at Star Wars trilogy with 7, 8, 9, right? 7 happened. I was fine with 7. All right. 8 happened. We had a different director, right? Brian, what was his name? Johnson. What the fuck was his name?
Yeah,
DJ
Rian Johnson. That's right.
Right. So he came in and he said, I don't give a fuck what the fuck. What's his head? Who's the dude that did 7?
JJ.
7. Who?
J.J. Abrams.
You think he was, God damn it, I'm failing. J.J. Abrams. Like this Johnson dude came in and said, I don't give a fuck what J.J. Abrams done. I'm doing my own agenda, bro. And so they did him for one fucking deal. And then J.J. Abrams had to come back and try to fix what he fucked up. And you can only do so much when you're trying to fix a fuck up. So, will they continue? Because from the start of this show, I'm like, man, fucking cool. But I could feel the undertones of, are they trying to be too woke with the relationship of Ivy and Harley Quinn? I've heard people on Instagram say, hey, man, this fucking happened. And I put it out of my mind. They're trying to like, oh, man, this happened in like season 3. I'm like, I'm just going to put it out of my mind. I'm just going to watch this unbiased. Are they going to continue on this trait? Are they going to fix the show? Is the show going to continue on the way it needs to be? I don't fucking know right now. So I'm going to be honest. Me, myself, I've watched all the way until like, I think 12. There's like, I am one episode away from finishing season 2. I will not divulge on what I think. I will not divulge on what I've seen. But I've been wondering since the start if they will go full woke. Because, and the reason why I think this is, DC has TV shows on the CW. We've talked about Arrow, great show. We've talked about Flash. Flash may have stayed a little too long. I don't feel like it's gotten woke and done shit like that. But motherfuck, they made this show like in 2018, 2017, 2016, and 2017, one of the two, called Legends of Tomorrow. I love time travel. Back to the Future, my favorite movie. Love fucking time travel. They knocked this fucking series out of the park. Some of the actors and actresses dropped off on season 2. it was still okay. Season 4 went full fucking woke with fucking bisexuality, fucking lesbian shit. And I'm like, I don't have a fucking problem with that lifestyle.
But
I have
don't.
a problem with you forcing it on me on a story arc. And we can all tell when it's forced and when it's natural. So far in this show, I feel like it's natural. You can definitely tell everything that we reviewed. There's a little bit of feelings between Harley and Ivy, correct? Would everybody on this panel agree?
It depends on how you look at it, because I think that they did. There's like really, because I've seen some really good friends. They fucking do all that shit. There's no like ass grabbing. There's no fucking titty touching. There's no like oops slip lick of the fucking cheek. They're not fully going into that. But yeah, there's feelings. But all girls
Right.
have girl love shit, right?
Just a hint. So just a hint, right? Just
Like, what's a hint? Give me one hint.
okay. So when she says, "Wouldn't it be funny if I just ate you right now?"
So that's gigantic. That's a gigantic. We talked about that. That's a Pornhub joke. That's gigantic. Right. So give me another. That one doesn't count.
I think it's the way Harley, like what I picked up on the way Harley looks at Ivy, and you're like, "What are you talking about? It's a cartoon." There's a lot of, like you talk about. I feel like Kaylee Cuoco is in. I see her. I feel like they're doing a very good job of emoting cartoon characters, and sometimes I feel like the way Harley looks at Ivy, you can kind of be like,
Okay, didn't Ivy look at fucking Catwoman way worse, and you never got a fucking sexual?
No, I did get a vibe that maybe there was some feelings there.
I thought it was like an idolistic type of thing, and like a Fonzie character and shit, right? So she's like, "Fuck, this is Fonzie, bro! Holy shit and shit," you know. And then, but there was no like, "I want to finger bang this fucking Catwoman" either.
Right. I kind of felt like maybe. So I've always felt like there's certain Ben.
Definite though. Can we agree on that? It's not.
No, definitely no. Just and maybe society's put that, but I've just kind of felt that.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But Ben, do you think that DC chicks have kind of an underlying tone where if they flip to bisexuality, you'd be like, oh, that's a DC chick, bro. That's what they do.
Yeah, just because I know it's set up like that. Like Harley Quinn's always kind of been like that in all the video games and like the animated movies. Like they've always like played that kind of thing. So that's not like, I already knew that kind of thing was going to happen. So like, I don't care. Like that's how it's supposed to happen. Like I don't care. What's going to like, I would say the line of wokeness isn't like bringing any of that into the show. It's like, whenever they have a character that's like female or something like that, or underpowered, and like they have her do stuff that not necessarily like is right, but is inherently wrong. And then they try to force that perspective. Whenever there's a forced perspective, I feel like that's when we get into like wokeness, or in the opposite end of the spectrum. It's like extremely like, you know, kind of offensive. With this show, I feel like it's balanced. Like they have Harley doing like these horrible things, but they're still not painting her as a good guy. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like whenever they try to convince you that like the bad guy's doing a good thing, then it's kind of like, you're like, I don't know about that. And I did have some good examples, but I can't think of anything right now. It's kind of like, I don't know. Like
Harley Quinn is doing a good job.
Tone between that kind of thing. Take Eternals for instance. Like you could watch that movie and be like, okay, well, I definitely feel like there's an agenda being like pointed at me.
Yeah, the two guys kissing. Oh,
no, not that. Like not that. Like I don't care. It's just like the feel of the whole entire movie.
Yes, that.
Dude, it's like the whole entire movie. You're like, I don't know. Like, what's the point in all this? There's like, you know, people suffering, and it's a superhero movie, but they're talking about their personal lives the whole entire time. And you're like, dude, I don't care.
Yeah, the world is suffering, but my problems are more important.
Yeah, exactly. And
he didn't like my fucking post, or it's like,
it's that kind of stupid thing. Like, I don't know. Whenever they start to do that stuff, it loses me. But this show, I feel like it's pretty balanced in both directions. We were talking about how like they pop jokes at extremely conservative things, and they also pop joke at woke things. They're not afraid to like.
I'm hoping they keep making fun of motherfuckers because that's what I like, man.
That
This
was
is more along the balance of like South Park. Like everybody's gonna get made fun of.
yeah.
at some point.
I think that it's going to go well. It's not going to go like Pac. You were saying, kind of worried about it. That was my point too to my whole rant. I don't think it's going to go full fucking woke, dude. I think they're doing okay with it.
No,
And
yeah,
I don't think bisexuality is woke. I don't think
It is. It's 100% woke, dude.
no, I don't think bisexuality is woke. I think it's how you write it into the story.
yeah.
Oh,
You can force it.
uh,
Let's say you don't. Let's say you do two regular people, and all of a sudden, the story's going fine, and next thing, all of a sudden, boom, we got an agenda. It's like,
Now-
wait a minute, this came out of nowhere.
can
Yeah,
we
exactly.
it's better that it's two pretty girls than it is to have two fucking dudes. Because if they would have had two dudes in that same scenario where you're talking exactly like you're talking about two dudes,
So,
just
no, hold on a second. Let me go ahead, Cobra Viper. I'm gonna make a point that we're gonna go ahead and get out of here in like 5-7 minutes.
all right.
It's probably about the same for me. Like, I don't want to see the sexual happenings of these characters. Like, can we keep it without having a sex scene?
No way,
Yeah,
man. Let's bang
yeah,
out some cartoon
I can
characters,
respect
bro.
that. Yeah.
Let's bang out some cartoon characters.
Well-
Fuck.
Well,
Well, okay. Sorry, but it's kind of like, did you guys ever watch the Killing Joke cartoon with Batman? So I went to the movie theater to go see this movie, and it's the Killing Joke, and it's based off of the comic book and everything like that. And there's a scene in the cartoon where Batman gets it on with Batgirl, and dude, everybody in the theater booed. Because they're not here to see that kind of thing. They're
I
not
want
here
to
to
see
like.
that. Give that to me, bro.
No,
Fucking.
no, you don't, dude. Everybody was. That's.
I know. I'm not the normal person. I'm not the normal person. That's all.
but like
To
everybody.
each to their own. I want more mature cartoons, but I don't want to watch porn cartoons. And no shade to anybody that does want to. And when I say porn, I'm probably gonna get porn bots now. But no, each individual person. But go ahead, Cobra Viper. You were gonna say some shit.
No, that was all about, just I don't feel like we need to talk about people's sex lives when we're telling these stories. I mean, if it's an action movie and there's a little bit of kissing and some romance, that's fine. I don't feel like we need to have the sex scene unless it's like one of those movies, right? Like if it's one of those B movies with titties and asses, like, yeah, that's where I want it. Bring it on. But if it's, I don't know, I feel like in a cartoon like this, if you dabble down that a little bit, it's too deep into the characters' dynamics. Like, I guess I want it for surface value. I don't want to know their parents. I don't want to know none of that shit. You know what I mean?
Hey, but here's the thing. But we're letting here's our mentality, Cobra. But we're murdering motherfuckers and chopping them into pieces and letting a wolf just fucking eat with intestines, and she's smoking a cigarette, putting that shit. Motherfucking shit is nuts off the wall. And we're complaining that there's fucking bisexuality and shit.
No, I think the show as a whole is getting too like into the girls. I don't know. To me, it feels like a girls' show. No matter how I slice it, the character development between Ivy and Harley Quinn, it feels like like I've said before, like a Lifetime recipe to make a movie. Two women on a ranch, women done scorned them. They get close to one another and they become lovers. You know what I mean? It's
We'll see. We'll see how it shakes out, bro. We'll see. You know what? We'll finish out season 2, and then we'll have to see what season 3 brings.
Harley Quinn's a hoe, and she fucks up everything she touches. So if she gets close to Ivy, and Ivy loves Kite Man, of course she's gonna try to get in there and get the goodies from Ivy because she fucks up everything, no matter.
But she stays. If that were to happen, and we don't know that, she would stay true to her dynamic of fucking shit up.
Yep.
So I'm gonna make a point. I would make a point real quick. I know everybody's got to go. Marco's talked about two dudes kissing, how we like to view that. We don't view that as opposed to two girls kissing. He's right, but this one show called Animal Kingdom that I watch, right? I like crime drama fucking TV shows. Breaking Bad, Ozark, Animal Kingdom fits that dynamic. I just fucking like that fucking cartel shit, that fucking nasty part of life shit. There's a part where Cody, one of the main characters, you find out he's gay, and there are scenes where he kisses a dude. And the reason I don't stop watching it is because they stay fucking true to the fucking crime shit. They stay true to the motherfucking where the story's going. It just so happens to be that two dudes are, and I don't like to see that, Marcos, bro. I don't. But the show is still going on the right path as to what I want. Yes.
Do you want this?
When that shit happens, I may do that. But after I'm like, dude, I still want to see what fucking happens in the show.
Okay.
That's a dynamic of them not forcing it.
What is it? Why are you peeking? That says you want to see that.
Yeah. No, dude.
Joking from 3 because he covered up his face. That's why I was like,
No, no. I'm literally, if I know it's coming up, same thing with Eternals. Sorry to interrupt, Pat, but I knew that when you found out that they were at the kitchen table and they had fucking, and he was gonna get up and leave, they were gonna. I went like this because I knew 3 to 10 seconds before, and I held it up till I knew they were fucking on another scene. I don't want to fucking see that. Is that my own gay homophobe? Maybe. I just don't want. That was visions imprinted in my fucking head, dude. And I don't need to see that.
No, I don't want to see it, right? And I would stop watching if I feel that the show was heading down that agenda.
Back to this shit, dude.
Like fucking Legends of Tomorrow, their fucking dynamic of their story plot, the directions of the writing fucking changed, dude. Animal Kingdom didn't change even though there's male gayness. I'm like, I can know when it's woke and that's the main agenda, and I can know when they're like, look, there are going to be people that are gay in life. It just happens in life. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Yeah, there's a tone to it. There's a tone to everything, dude. It's just like when you can watch a movie until it's made out of spite to, like, you know, make fun of people versus, like, you know,
but just a movie like right here. He said, Ralph says, because he likes Animal Kingdom too. Cody being gay does not define his character and is not forced. That's what I'm telling you. It can be done fucking well and right.
Right. But here's the thing, like, I don't talk shit on it and I don't get mad about it and I don't fucking say I hate this fucking show because of that. That just is my stopping point from continuing.
I have said that though, Marcos. I'm like, it's like Legends of Tomorrow. I've said, fuck it, I'm out, dude. That's your main agenda. You have sacrificed story content and writing for this.
This show is kind of bad though. On top of that, like, you know.
Did you watch season 1?
Yes.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
they did that with so many of the DC shows. Like, you watch Arrow and it's like this hyper violent, he's just fucking shit up the whole entire time. And then you cut to like season 3. And then he like stops killing people. He stops being like violent. And you're like, dude, he's a vigilante and he beats up criminals. Like,
but if you watch the whole series entirety, it goes back to it.
Does it? Okay, because I quit watching. Like,
so I will tell you, Arrow is a good series through and through. Watch it. There were times I'm like, oh fuck, the crew's changed. What the fuck? I like the old crew. You got through it. And you're like, okay, I have to be acceptable to change on the team.
Yeah.
At the end of it all, dude. Okay, if you want to see a bad example, Legends of Tomorrow, keep watching Arrow. It ends up still being good.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I couldn't get it past because, like, I just...
Well, that's him going through a change. Like, maybe I don't need to be so violent. Like, right?
Maybe. I took it as, like, they were going, like, anti-violence and stuff like that.
Then he realizes, I've got to be fucking violent. It's it's like a person going through their normal thinking process, right? So he comes out the other side where you need him to be.
Hey, do Diamonds and Ralph Bednarski's last posts.
Diamond says, yeah, the agenda overweighs the story. It kind of ruins it, in my opinion. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Agenda versus story writing is. And Ralph says, Pope is, okay, so Ralph is talking about Animal Kingdom. Pope is the best character on Animal Kingdom is off the charts. Like, Pope is a psycho motherfucker, dude. Because... that's what I'm telling you. Animal Kingdom runs the fucking line well.
What do you watch that on?
Yeah,
Uh,
let me see.
you
What,
watch that on fucking Prime Video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out. I like
If
crime
you
shit,
like,
like Breaking Bad kind of stuff. Like I like that.
dude, I nominate Breaking Bad for one of the best fucking shows all time. I've watched all 5 seasons 5 or 6 times all the way through.
Yeah.
But that's because I kind of have a past with shit like that. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna watch it now, but not do any of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
kind of relate to some of the shit that you're seeing.
Yeah.
Dude, like, oh, did you watch Better Call Saul? They just finished that up.
No, I heard it's good though. I probably should.
Okay, you got to gut through to season 3 or 4, and then it's like Breaking Bad, dude. Boom,
Oh,
boom,
okay.
boom, boom. So the first part of it's like him and his brother, and then it's just full Breaking Bad type. Gus is in there, Mike's in there. Yeah, that's it, Marcos.
All right, should we wrap this up?
Yeah, I see Bill there. Cobra Viper, did you have some things you want to say? Look at Matt, some things you want to say.
Now just from what I've seen, it doesn't go down the woke path so far. You know, it might live up to a Lifetime movie, but so far I didn't feel any wokeness even to the extent that I've watched. So
Yeah, I hope they keep making fun of motherfuckers. I hope they keep walking the line well. We'll see. Real quick, so Ralph Bednar said Animal Kingdom is Point Break meets Breaking Bad meets Sons of Anarchy. I don't watch Sons of Anarchy, but he is dead on the money with Animal Kingdom meets Point Break.
Yeah.
It's just criminal surfers type shit type deal, man. But it's different than Point Break altogether. So that's where he's probably talking about the Sons of Anarchy type deal. But Marcos has got, is that Harley Quinzel? Harleen Quinzel?
yes.
Okay. What line?
The Profit Director had her, and that's why I got her.
That is from the Arkham Origins.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, man. So this panel was fucking lit today. Cobra Viper, I'm glad you decided to. You laid. That's what I'm telling you. You, even though, you know, you may have an opinions, bro, you got some good fucking dissections of things, and people need those. So I'm glad you came on. You said things that I didn't notice. Ben, you said things I didn't notice. M3's always bringing a perspective of a difference. Sometimes I'm like, you to ask him, M3. Sometimes I'm like, fuck this shit. And he's like, well, have you thought about like this, Pat? And I'm like, okay, maybe. You know, he's always the voice of reason with me. So
I'm the gay one.
we're all gay. We're all gay. We're all gay, but we're not woke. How about that? How about that? So how about that?
be careful of Deadwood. I started watching that, and like episode 3, there's a part where they're having like an intense meeting, and then a dude busts through the door with his dick out. So be careful on some shows, because it ain't a woke agenda, but they'll get you.
Hey,
Hey,
how was it? Was it a pretty good dick or what?
No, not at all, bro.
hey, and with that being
Wait,
said,
isn't that the cowboy show?
Yeah, Deadwood.
Yeah.
oh, shout out to Yellowstone. That's another fucking good ass show, dude.
That's what you should do, Pack. Relive older shows that we don't have to worry about wokeness at all.
Yellowstone, it's still going on. That shows the fucking balls, dude.
Nah, Ted's Excellent Adventure and shit, man. Matrix, motherfucking.
Oh, man, I did fail tonight. Shout out to Halloween Bangers. Fuck me, dude. Tomorrow night starts the very first Halloween Bangers on M3 Reviews channel over here. It's gonna be. I hope I can get it, but we have that show tomorrow, dude. I'm so sorry if I am late and I can't make it tomorrow, but we're gonna be reviewing Scream, the show I love. There's gonna be 6 weeks of reviewing Halloween shows and horror shows on M3's channel. It's gonna be a good time.
It'd be all right.
It'll be Marcos, Curtis Schultz. It came from the mind of Curtis Schultz. Him and Marcos kind of got together and birthed this thing. Too Many Figures is going to be on it, and myself. I probably might miss this one tomorrow night. I hope not.
Good, Jason.
Yes, and Marcos's friend Jason, who I have met. He'll be on. I think he's going to miss the first one though.
Yeah. He was missing the first one. He's going to WWE and shit. He's like, oh fuck, I forgot. I got WWE. I'm like, dude, that's cool. Hell yeah.
If you love Halloween horrors, tune in to M3 Reviews channel every Saturday night. I think it's going to be around 5:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Central Standard Times. Damn it, I should have done this off the rip. I'll make sure next show we do, I'll get there off the rip, man.
Good. No, Saturday is, but only if you like talking horror. If you don't like talking horror and just having a Halloween, like, don't worry about it. You don't need to. It's cool. It's cool. Not tripping. But Curtis came up with it, and I was like, dude, yes. And we went to Pac, and Pac was like, yes, I'm going to do it. But Pac is so busy. I'm like, bro, chill off of this one. Don't try it. Because y'all seen what I fucking showed up what Pac does for a show. This show where I ain't tripping on it, me and Curtis both just are like talking. We're not trying to get like Pac status. Pac status is too far to obtain. I'm not into the fucking Pac status and shit, right? I'm just doing like fucking, hey, you want to talk Halloween shit? Fucking nothing crazy. But I did want Rock Talk and Ralph, if you want to do a commercial, bro, throw it in because it's just cool to throw that shit in. So yeah. But I'm done.
Do Halloween themed commercials too, guys.
Meme themed. Yes.
Halloween themed
commercials. If you come up with one and you're just like, oh, this will be pretty spooky. Hey, I straight up show some titties on my so there's nothing that doesn't fly on this motherfucker, right? You just get that little copyright that says, oh, this is kid restricted. Excellent. Thank you for doing that for me. Appreciate it, YouTube. And then you just keep going with your content. Bro, I fucking had a joint rolling session with the camera like this.
It's legal. It's legal here, man. So
bro, I know. And all I got was the fucking, this is age restricted. Whatever.
Diamonds, stop it, bro. I'm just a regular person, bro. Diamonds is the legend.
Legendary. Hey, even Shady Bird came in to fuck with them.
So what I'm gonna do tonight is everybody, if there's got something you want to say, we're gonna get the fuck out. I'm gonna reduce everybody's screen because I noticed at the end of all that it repeats it, like it goes edit, and I'm like, I fucking hate that. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I appreciate Marcos for showing up as always. Cobra Viper A3, bro, you and thank you, Ben. You guys brought some fucking shit to the fucking table tonight, man. We're gonna do this next Friday too. We're gonna hit the last season half. I don't know, Cobra Viper. Let me know if you want to go. We might have to roll fives. Bull might be back. We roll fives. We're all fucking responsible enough and mature enough to roll fives. If you want to, Cobra Viper, you know what I mean?
can that. It don't matter to me, bro.
Okay, so that being said, say what you guys say, but I'm about ready to hit the end broadcast on this motherfucker.
I'm gonna say it.
Bye, Ralph. Bye, Diamonds.
Thanks to everybody in chat. So freeze face so we don't look stupid at the end. We out. Peace.